Oh no.
The Earth is very flat.
Yes, indeed, Rumpus. It is for sure. What's going on, guys? Sorry about that. I beat your 17 minutes by 16 minutes and 15 seconds page. So there. Let's see who we got in chat tonight. We got page 42, Ian Adams, Flat for Life, Paul Cruikshank, Dan Morris, Logan's Run, Silent Zero, Plain Decoded, Serious Truth, and Enrique Ramirez E, and Bill G. What's up, guys? I think I got everybody. Sounds good? Good. I had to download some new software for my microphone, so if it sounds a little bit different or weird, let me know. Because it's hard to figure out how it's going to sound on YouTube. It translates differently than when I do it in soundcheck. So yeah, let me know. Anyway, sorry about that. It just decided to crash at the beginning, but I guess that's better than in the middle of a good conversation or something. Lots of bugs lately. Lots of bugs lately. I don't know what's going on. I mean, this might be my excuse to get a new computer. So I don't know. It's getting close. What do we got going on tonight? I don't know. It's Thursday. We got a bunch of people in Discord. We're going to see what the deal is, what the story is with those guys, what's been going on around Flat Earth, and go from there. So let's do it. What's going on, guys? Hello, hello, hello. We've got Jeremy, Enigma, FE, Geo, Mars Mushrooms. Can you guys hear me? Anybody? Bueller?
Yeah, I hear you.
Ah.
Yeah, we're messing with you, man. We're just messing with you.
You fuckers. I was like, shit. No one's gonna say anything?
Bueller.
Bueller. Oh, I love that movie.
Fry.
Good movie.
Fry.
So what's happening? What's the news, man? Tell me something. Tell me something exciting. No.
6 o'clock in the morning, man. Not much exciting here.
Damn, that's early. That is way early to be dealing with us.
Just an important part of my life, buddy.
Oh, thank you. And if anybody's wondering about the intro, I am delinquent in getting the material to the person who's going to redo the intro. So it's my fault at this point. But I gotta come up with a theme. I told him like futuristic dystopian. So I'm looking for a couple pictures, but if anybody's got an idea, I can send him whatever I want and he's gonna come up with something. I don't know if he said on the stream that he was doing it. That's why I'm being I'm not saying his name. But
Kind of post-apocalyptic. You could just send him a couple of photos of Detroit. That'd probably
and
Detroit's on its way to being a real life RoboCop movie.
Oh, dude, yeah. It's been there, man. It's a sad place.
They just need to add 109s or whatever they were.
There's like only certain areas you go. You go on the freeway, you go downtown, and that's it. Because all the police are downtown. Every agency has a building downtown, so that's safe, like around the baseball fields and stuff.
Well, they're gonna guard where the money is.
Right.
There's no money in there, you know.
But there's some neighborhoods, man. You go in there, it's like it does look like post-apocalyptic. But there's a lot of cities like that around the country with shit neighborhoods like that. I feel bad for the people who live in. I don't know why you would stay there. Not having been in that situation, I don't understand how you could stay there. But I guess if you're born there, you grow up there, that's your home. You probably feel.
I say that as well. Yeah, 100%. I say that about South Africa. Like you look at the situation in South Africa, and I just think, why would you live there if you didn't have to? It's. But I guess the neighbourhoods you're talking about are the same situation. Just move, man. Get a U-Haul and move.
Yeah, just get out of there. Rent some shitty apartment in a town far away or something. I don't know. Well, I know it's not that easy. But anyway, enough about Detroit. There are some nice things about Michigan. I'm sure you guys have an image of Michigan as a shithole, but it is pretty nice here, especially in the summertime.
Their drinking water is great. I mean, tons of bonuses about Michigan.
That's just that one city, man. We got all these lakes around. We got good water. Of course, everybody else tries to steal it, but we got water.
Don't try to fluff it up.
Well, yeah, that was a whole deal, man. That was a big deal here. When the Flint water, they're trying to save money, so they switched. Oops. That didn't work out.
Brian Leakey probably tried to do a fucking test in the fucking drinking water supply and
Oh, Brian. I haven't watched his video explaining his model. I got to go watch that. Because I did feel bad for him that night. I know he was trying his best to explain it, and his phone was fucking up on him. But were you here that night, Jeremy? I think you were.
Yeah. Oh my God, I was here.
Yeah.
Say his name and he'll appear.
Hey, there he is.
What did he say? What did he say about Brian Leakey?
We were talking about the night when you were trying to explain your model. And I don't know if you put a video out after that. I haven't watched it.
I still haven't, man, but I got the information now, dude. I got it down pat, dude. I cross-referenced it to everything, and I remapped it on graph paper. It's a perfect fucking art, dude. I mean, a perfect fucking art. It looks so natural, and it works with all the long-distance mountain photographs. Like I want to say, who's that guy who they accused of lying? Miles Davis. It's fucking Blackpool, Soundley Bridge, every fucking thing, dude.
Yeah, but they know the light's bending down, and they know that causes us to see things higher. So how does this help us? Because they already know everything.
I'd say 2 words: sky free, motherfucker. They show you upward light refraction plain as day, man. And I'd also point you to the Type Conspiracy laser experiment. I'd point you to John D. doing refraction experiment showing that the light's refracting upwards. The point is, the question is, does it make sense to you all that light refracting up, slightly, whatever, would make things appear lower, right? Am I on track?
They say the light's always refracting downwards, though. That's the natural state of things.
Yeah, but look what they got to do to prove it. Okay, they say that the air is denser just because it's more pressure down here than way up there. It's colder up here, okay? So there's more pressure here at the ground, but the water vapor down here at ground level is way less dense than cold air. Way less dense. So they should be able to shine a laser through the aquarium, and the light should be refracting downward just from the pressure. If they're saying that it's the pressure that's making the light, they have to put sugar in it, man. The pressure ain't doing shit.
Yeah, we were talking about this the other night. I was wondering how you would prove this over long distance. Which way the light is.
It would have to be a cumulative. Here's another point, Brandon. Think of
There's
perspective,
one way.
man. Think that radars, okay? Radars. I looked it up when that one dumbass said radars were pointed upwards. I think his name's Tony B or some. And I looked it up, and they're pointed like 0.5 degrees or less. So they're basically pointed straight out to see the clouds out in the distance. Okay. Now, if you're looking straight out and you're looking at cloud level, then it would be a function of perspective that the light, even if the light was bending downward, perspective-wise, it's curving upwards just from the way we see, because straight out is cloud level way off in the distance, and 5 feet right in front of my
I've said
eyes,
this
you know what I'm saying?
before, and I'll say it again. If you have Viagra, you just take Viagra, you'll be fine. And if you just take heart medication for your heart, you'll be fine. But if you take them both at the same time, you're going to get a different thing happening. They're constantly trying to just negate perspective and then negating a refraction, like it's not happening at the same time, like the effect you would get from heart medication and Viagra. Does that make sense to anyone?
Yeah, it does. The point is the clouds are right in front of my face, height-wise. I mean, way off in the distance. The clouds now, not just something 20 foot tall, 30 foot tall. I mean, the tops of trees are level at my eyesight in 8 miles, right? The point is perspective itself is bending light upwards, and just through perspective, if you want to get technical.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to have it proven experimentally, one way or the other, outside of a lab, not in a lab.
Long distance, so in the atmosphere, what are you going to do? Short of drawing making a straight line to the object so we can see where it actually is. What could you possibly do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, I thought of something, y'all. Tell me what you think about this, man. I mean, I got a bunch of extra bags of concrete and shit. But I just broke a fucking kitchen table with a turkey, man. But it's pretty thick glass, right? With one of the pieces of glass, I'm gonna make the front of my big vacuum chamber with a tank, old heat oil tank I had. But I got some extra glass because it's a big table. Okay, so I'm thinking about this.
Did you say that you broke a table with a turkey?
Yeah, broke it.
It's happened to the best of us.
I'm thinking, did I just hear? I got a couple of extra bags of concrete, and I just broke a table with a turkey. I'm thinking, what reality? It'll make sense.
Yeah, right.
It's all gonna. It's like puzzle pieces. They're all gonna fit together. Go ahead.
Yeah, they sure are. They're gonna fit together. So I'm thinking about this, right? I'm thinking about making a couple like just small walls on the ground, maybe just, I don't know, to hold in water, right? And on each end, well, on one end I'll probably just have to put concrete, and on the front of it I was going to put glass. But by doing this, I could make the glass, I could make it long, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not confined to a fish tank. I can go like 20 feet or something and make some observations, because I think that if it's only a couple feet deep, and if I put like a plate underneath it, and just put ice on the top, and just show colder water on the top.
Okay, I restarted it to try to get rid of the crackle.
Off the bat, but y'all think that'd be worth doing to test refraction just with temperature? Because the pressure of the water is going to be. Yeah, go ahead.
Listen. This is never going to end because they have it all down pat. There's more. It's more dense at the bottom, regardless if it's cold or hot. It's more dense at the bottom, according to them. So the light's bending down, therefore we see it higher. There's no experiment you're going to do that doesn't show this.
Yeah,
optics will never, ever settle this thing.
Yeah, optics is not going to.
It would lend credence to my model, though.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's all interesting. It'll never settle it. They'll never ever buy it, right? They'll always have an excuse.
Yeah.
Dude, I was thinking about it, man, with the refraction and all that, and it's not a linear function, dude. And I looked at Rumpus, man, was talking about, you know, his ray beams or ray tracing is not a linear function. They have things. So when I say it's a different percentage per degree, okay, that all that means is it's not a linear function. They have the same thing with the Earth curve calculator. How it changes with viewer height, right? So my shit ain't viewer height. It's just what angle, what degree you're looking at. And with this model, you can predict your longitude, your latitude, just by getting the degree, testing the degree to the North Star. With my model, you can get your exact latitude. It predicts the sun perfectly, dude, where it sets and all that. And it's like the same thing almost as them saying, 8 inches per mile squared, but and then backtracking with 7/6R.
Brandon, when you did
it all up, man.
Brandon, when you did those refraction tests, did you have did you have the laser beam entering a different gradient, or was it the same? You were shooting it horizontal through the tank, right? But the laser was bending down. Is that correct? All right, he left. I'm hosting the show now. So the things Brandon did, I believe he had a laser higher, but the laser wasn't entering a different a different gradient because it was horizontal, and the gradient should have been the gradient should have been vertical. You know what I mean? So it wasn't entering a new gradient.
He had sugar. He had sugar at the bottom, bro.
Yes, but if the laser's traveling horizontally through a steady medium, why did it go down?
Because the sugar water is dense.
Yeah, but it's supposed to have to enter.
You can make an argument that them crystals themselves is like a dextrose type of crystal or some shit, man. I heard that from somewhere. You could make an argument that it would only work with sugar.
Yeah, but
it should have only refracted at the point that it entered the sugar water, and then it should have just gone straight.
That's what I'm saying. It has to enter a new medium in order to bend. It shouldn't bend just because it shouldn't be attracted to the denser medium. It needs to enter it.
Refract at all, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know.
The laser was in the tank.
Things.
If the laser started in the tank,
I would have. I'm the idea man. He didn't but he didn't, however, put the ice pack above it to see if the laser bent up. I don't know why he wouldn't do that. These are supposed to be the science communicators or smart
Jeremy,
people.
You know why,
hey, Jeremy.
Deep down, you know why, Jeremy.
I was arguing with Rumpus the other day. It was Rumpus about this. Because what happened if you put the laser inside that water, like to make it be on the same layer of density? Because that's pretty much what we got, right? Any mountain or whatever, we're on the same layer of density. So there's no reason why it should go down to me or up or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they know. Like FE said, optics aren't going to solve this. They just have a reasoning behind what's going on, and they say that's how it is in the atmosphere, and then they'll point to the sugar tank, and they think they got it all figured out.
You understand what I'm saying, right? The sugar tank, you have the light going from a different medium into the tank, right? What happens if you put that laser inside the water in the medium? It's not gonna bend.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I don't know. We don't know because we didn't do it. If Mick West had put the ice pack on top, or Brandon had put the laser beam in the, listen, you guys need to consult me before you do any kind of testing. I got all kinds of.
Yeah. Again, bro. laser in where that from layer to layer inside that city.
That would tell you it was because that will use 706. You never use optics to solve this.
Ever. Yeah. I knew this right away. I knew right away that optics would never solve this because they can just say no refraction and base it around the globe model because we know how the light's bending because this is what we would expect to see on a globe.
Yes,
so therefore we know how the light's bending.
Right.
It's circular reasoning.
Hey, did y'all hear my latest Rumpus video? It's only about 7 minutes, but you had to get to the end to hear it. But I did an upgrade because I heard him talking about that's the definition of a force. If it makes something move, it is defined as a force. Okay, and I'm like, is heat a force? No, and he's like, no, it's got to make something. And then 2 seconds later, I ask him, can I move something with heat, Rumpus? Can I move something with heat? He's like, yes. I'm like, it's a force, you dumbass.
I mean, according to him, this temperature pressure gradient would be a force because it's making the light move.
Yeah, you have the words wrong, Brian. Heat is not a force. Heat can create a force, can generate a force, but heat in itself is not the way.
All right.
Oh yeah, just a few technical glitches. It was like something completely bogged down my entire computer. I think we're good now, though. I think we're back live.
Fucking all those porn tabs.
I tried to close them all before the show, but when you got like 200 tabs to close, it's not that easy to find them all.
It's because we were talking crap about Detroit. They shut you down.
Yeah, I said, "Oh, you fucking internet's done, toast."
Disconnect.
Detroit's one Ed 209 away from being.
It's not easy to find black midget transvestite foot fetishes, man.
Yeah, you got to save those in your favorites. Bookmark them.
What are you talking about? There's a whole ecosystem for it. A whole. Yeah, something was just eating my CPU up. It was crazy. Like I can't figure out what it is.
It sounds like it still is.
I know, but if
Good.
I quit...
Do a mic check again.
Hello, mic check, mic check.
Bro, you sound like. We hear you, but you sound like shit.
Damn it! I don't know what is eating
What?
my system up right now. Let me see.
You running crypto tab?
Nope. No, everything's closed out. I closed out everything. But something.
Open your task manager.
Yeah, I got it open.
Control Alt. Alright.
All right, here. I think I might have found something. FSK_HFS. Anybody know what the fuck that is?
Never heard of it.
All right. Well, let's see what happens when I end it. Maybe that'll be better. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, we hear you good now.
Maybe that was it.
I mean, I heard you good. Could have been.
Some fucking program probably that I downloaded, and it just sucks up the CPU.
I'm
or
sure it
the-
has nothing to do with crypto at all.
I'm sure it does. It has to. But anyway, we're back now. Sorry, guys. I don't know what the heck that was all about.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't happen again. I think I found the culprit. Okay. And Aaron Armstrong. The YouTube stream is unlistenable. Thanks for letting me know. So anyway, did you guys
You're good
figure
now?
out how to measure the shape of the Earth while I was gone? Refraction?
Yeah. Oh, it's flat. Shut the show down. We
Oh,
did it.
okay. Well, shit, I just hadn't even brought it back up. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a good night.
Yeah. I'm wondering whatever came of that LIGO thing. Kosho was saying that you can't see the elevation of the tubes, the arm tubes on Google Earth.
Yeah, he was saying that it doesn't
that
have a
correct,
reliable. It's not a reliable source for the elevation of the top of the steel or the structure.
Hey,
Yeah, why is it not reliable? Because it matched flat water or a curved LIGO arm. Is that why it's not reliable?
a guy in the Nathan server, he lives close by, and he was like earlier today he was about to get to the gate on that place, and he was gonna ask them about the that thing that you say if it's going up.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know what happened, but he posted a picture there that he was near the place.
Who was it? Do you remember?
We'll see. We'll see. Ah, no, I'll ask tomorrow or later today.
Because there was someone in here the other night that was saying the same thing. That they were going to go and check it out. Might be the same person.
Well, if you're gonna view it, if you're gonna view it optically, you're gonna have to do it from the water. They're not gonna let you walk around on the roof LIGO off their property or something. There's no way they're gonna let you walk off trying to check for gravity waves. You're definitely not.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Give me,
I guess it'd be so they could just claim it's so sensitive that we can't just let you in here, right?
Yeah. There's no way they're gonna let. Yeah, you can go on a tour. They're not gonna let you stomp around on the roof or bring a water level near the laser beam.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing we can do.
Inside, dude. All I need is access to the foundation.
From where? Yeah. Well, you can look at it from afar. They're not gonna let you wander around on their lawn, bro. This isn't like a park or something where you can just go waltz around willy nilly.
Right.
I'd love to get at that laser beam, or I mean, if it could be, you could do it optically from the water's edge, but I don't know. I don't know. How do you tell if the water and the tubes of LIGO match or not? What would you do? An auto level or a theodolite or something?
That's just it. If you told me the Earth's curving and you told me to build that foundation, then at the end I would make it like 32 inches higher than the water, and it would still work on a flat Earth or a globe. So, but I want to measure the middle. That's going to be the telling tale. The end ain't gonna say shit. If somebody tries to give me evidence showing the end's higher than the water, that don't mean nothing, man. What's going to tell the tale is the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Yeah, you need those 3 points exactly. Yeah, how do we do that? You go there with a theodolite, an auto level. What do you do? A tape measure? How do we do it? Plumb bobs, spirit level, what?
Yeah, how far away is that canal? It looks like it's maybe like 50 feet or something off of the. I guess we could measure it.
Oh, that's pretty fucking close. Is the canal moving? Is the water flowing in the canal, or is this a static thing?
I don't know anything about the canal.
I think somebody said it had a lock in it or something, so it could be flowing sometimes and not other times. I want to make sure we don't measure it at a time. I don't know anything about the canal either.
It definitely has a lock from what it shows on the pictures and the elevation profile. So yeah, you're right. It might sometimes flowing and sometimes not.
Well, is the elevation profile of that canal? Is it all one elevation or?
No.
Oh, it's frozen then.
Well,
Any
well,
static
no, it's
water,
like
water will show this.
it was like 10 feet. Oh, maybe I can find that picture again, but it was like, you know, a little higher in one area than the other area, but each of those areas, each side of the lock were consistent for that portion of the
Yeah, but
canal.
if it was a static, if it was,
Jeremy, you couldn't
if it was non-flowing water, it would.
canal, bro.
Hold on.
Even if
Hold
you
on,
built
Leaky.
the canal, the water would still be level, bro. It wouldn't
That's what I'm saying.
slow
Even-
down time and then level out.
That's what I mean. If it was not flowing, the elevation profile would read the same all the way across any of the water. Even in, even in their nutcase. The elevation profile, if it was not would be the same. So it must
I forgot
be.
to bring that up, man. I forgot to bring that up on Jose's, man. I was about the LIGO and all that shit. And then I forgot about Brian Madden that Google Earth and his water matches LIGO. That's solid proof, man.
Well, Kosho said, hold on. Kosho said that you can't get an elevation reading from the tubes. Has anyone tried to hover above the tubes and check the elevation, then went to the side and checked the elevation? Because there should be a bit of a difference from the tubes to the ground. So that would be one way to
I got
tell.
a good one for you, Jeremy. I got a good one for you. I got everybody on Jose's to freely say that LIGO is not level. LIGO.
Yeah, no, they don't say
level.
they don't say it's level. They don't say it's level. That's not new. They think level is curving with the water, earth curve with the water. They'll say LIGO's horizontal.
Yeah, if they said LIGO was level, I'd be
That's
excited.
a wrap. Pack it up. Yeah, pack it up. We can. I'll go home.
What kind of world do you live in where the horizon is not horizontal and a fucking 2-mile long arm of a laser interferometer is not level? It's God. What kind of world you gotta live in to believe that shit?
I don't know. We're in a weird place right now. I never thought, as a grown man, when I was young, I never thought I would be questioning the shape of Earth. I had William Shatner dreams of fucking an alien someday. So
I always thought it was weird that we would be living on a giant ball, personally. But you
never
don't
even
have anything
blinked.
to compare it to, you know?
yeah, I mean, they told it. I never even thought twice. They told us it was a ball. We got the spacecraft. When you're a kid, as soon as I knew the moon landing was fake, then I was like, something could be weird. I still thought it was a ball though. I just didn't think we landed on the moon.
That was so big. I thought it was so big you couldn't see the curvature. I didn't know that it's 6 foot after 3 miles, dude. That would have had me questioning it when I was young.
That's what really threw me for a loop, even before I found flat Earth. So I was just sitting there thinking to myself, everything is curved. The whole Earth is curved? What? I couldn't reconcile that with what I've experienced in my life on Earth. You know, like, come on. Tell me everything is bent, then you start to wonder, well, when they build stuff, do they have to take all this into account? And it's just, there's no practical evidence I can go out and find, unless I want to make up a story about how the stars work. But,
yeah. Or how the light's bending through the air. You got to make. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you got to make a story up. You got to have a model on top of another model to believe in it. You know what I mean? You need a model of how light's bending, and then a model of how Earth is, or you need a model of how the stars work, and then a model of the shape of Earth. Like, it's reification on a reification fallacy with these fucks.
Yeah, it is so not self-evident. There's so many things we ask them about, like the atmosphere, the magic Velcro atmosphere. Well, how can we see this? How can we validate this in real life? Where we get an answer like, go outside and look for no wind. So many things like that. It's all on paper.
Yeah. Flush the toilet.
Flush the toilet, watch a turd go down. Yeah, that was a good one.
Stick your arm out the car window. I mean, there's tons of stuff you
It
can do to
drives me
check the
nuts,
Velcro.
dude. And then they talk about the gradient. So I make a gradient. I show them a gradient inside a container. Plain as day. I'm like, dude, it's got to be contained to have the gradient, to have the pressure to begin with. So I go through all this trouble and show them how easy it is. Trouble and easy, that's kind of, but
I might have told them.
And put
I think I
balloons on
told-
the damn end to show them that it's easy, very fucking easy to it's just temperature to make a pressure gradient inside containment, but it's still got that. I show the fact that there's even pressure at all up miles and miles, 20 miles, 50 miles means the air is expanding up there, which explains why it's getting colder. Okay, and but it's still got to have there's got to be what's making it stop? There's got to be a container. I thought I proved it.
I could have swore I told them or asked them or suggested that. I don't know if it was Sleeping Warrior or Church or Q. I told them, like, yo, you should change the housekeeping question to you can't have a gas pressure gradient without a container. And that would solve the whole issue of the wearing of the gas gradient. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I always like you can't have a vacuum adjacent to pressure itself. What works is they've got a whole entire universe. If you think about it on that scale, you wouldn't even be able to see the specks better. So you got this super giant fucking vacuum that we can't right here, and then there's one little speck that's holding there. It's retarded if you put it in relative terms.
You know, when I was first getting into this, if you go to Google Earth, right, and go all the way out. I think they let you go like 30,000 feet out or something, right? How far can you zoom out Google Earth? However far it is, zoom all the way out, and then see how big the Earth looks like, and then realize that when they were on the moon, we can see from here to the moon. We can see Tycho crater with the naked eye. Now zoom all the way out on Google Earth and all as small as it should be, and see if you can see anything the size of Tycho crater. You won't even be able to see the fucking Earth, I don't think. Like, it'll be the Earth itself, teeny tiny dot. I don't know. When I went to Google Earth, I don't have the pro version or anything. They only let me zoom out like 30,000 feet or something, maybe 60.
But I get your point, because just looking at the moon, I look at it and I go, yeah, that's pretty damn detailed. It doesn't look like it's super far away, right?
Well, you can see Tycho with the naked eye, so we should be able to see something from the moon with the naked eye, 60 kilometers in diameter.
Yeah.
But go to Google Earth and zoom all the way out. Yeah, go to Google Earth.
If I'm not mistaken, a big mountain like Mount Everest is like, what, 30, 40 miles? So it wouldn't be unheard of. But, yeah, go ahead, man.
Who's got Google Earth right now where they can zoom out?
Tycho Crater's what? Tycho Crater's 60 miles, right?
Kilometers or something.
According to their model.
I think it's kilometers. I'm not sure. 60 to 80 kilometers, something like that.
Makes sense. We should
is anyone on Google Earth right now where they can zoom?
I'm afraid to open it up. I'm afraid to open it up with whatever's going on with my computer.
Bro, you don't have to. I understand exactly what you're saying. Here's the thing.
No, but I want to show the audience.
Like Mercator projection on Google Earth, and then they put it where it's on the ball, and so the guy earlier tried using a Google Earth photo as evidence. I'm like, look, the Google Earth the way it is now is the way we would see things if it were a ball. It's way too curved. The perspective ain't nowhere near true. It's like, dude, it used to be where, I don't know if it's still like that, but when you got to a certain height, it turned into a cartoon.
Yeah, that's my problem with Google Earth too. And I don't trust what it shows, but I get your point. We see too much detail on the moon compared to what you think you would see.
Compared to what you see on Google Earth when you zoom all the way out, which you can't, they don't even let you do. If they let you zoom out to the moon, it'd be blatantly obvious that we never went to the moon and the moon is not the distance they say it is, or something. They would be a huge flaw. They're constantly fixing these computer errors that they make. Jeranism one time went into one of these star programs and just kept rolling it back and rolling it back. I don't know, he went 10, 20, thousands and thousands of years. Polaris never moved. The null school AE map. with the AE projection. They took that down because it was it was fucking obvious the way the jet streams and shit were working that it made way more sense on a flat Earth. So they took that down. They're constantly fixing these computer things.
Yeah. Then when they put it back up, they put the South Pole projection. That's such bullshit, man.
Oh my god. I wonder why they did that. Did they ever release a
remember when
statement or anything?
Yeah, they said that there was some
anybody wants to see that, just go to bobwins.com, BOBWINDS.com if you want to see. I mean, it's such great flat Earth proof, man. When they talk about, that's why they never talk about seasons, because they work perfect on a flat Earth. You just look at the AE map and the sun trajectory and the jet streams and shit and the currents. It makes it obvious that Earth is flat.
What was the name of that website you said?
null
It's
school.
Bob wins. Oh, is that? Oh, what is it? Go ahead. Old school.
No, my bad. They don't have it anymore. So whatever you were saying, he could go see.
I thought
I sent you a
Bob
D.
Wins, BOBWINDS, like Bob like Bob Nodell, and wins, WINDS. Bob wins.
I mean, I sent you a
wins like he
TikTok.
wins.
Brandon, I sent you a TikTok video of this last night.
Oh, that's why I didn't watch that. You bring that up.
That was my
But
last
if there's
DM video.
anybody
He was
new-
the jet
if
stream.
there's anybody new out there listening, that's why they never talk about seasons, because when we bring up the models, they destroy the globe. They bend in and
What
out.
way?
It looks like the wind, especially the jet stream, as well as the temperatures. It looks like a up and down, just like something going ape shit up and down around the top and then around the bottom, and it looks crazy. But then you put it on a map, and it's perfect circles and in unison. It's like it's one of the best evidences just off glance, in my
Oh,
opinion.
Yeah, but nobody ever talks about it. I know what you mean, Brian. When you put the two side by side, it makes perfect sense. The other one's crazy.
Yeah, the flat Earth one makes perfect sense.
What about the
Your shit's
distances
crazy.
between the things in the southern hemisphere, like Chile and Australia, match what we know as a measurement between those two?
What doesn't match is
You're
what we.
talking about
It's happening again. Wonder if my graphics card is shitting out. I'll try to get through the show. I'll have to check it out.
two,
I'm referring to
where
the
they have to
fact the
call it, they have
distance
to call it an
between.
anomaly because nothing
I'm
works.
referring to the distance between, say, Santiago and Chile and Australia, and that does not what the flat Earth tells you it would be.
How do you know?
It matches the globe perfectly.
Why don't
Go
planes
catch a
fly
plane.
directly from Buenos Aires to Australia, Broncos? Any idea?
They do.
the
They do
shortest
follow
route.
direct flight. They do follow the shortest route.
They go
Over
from
the top of
Sydney to
Antarctica, do
Santiago.
Over the top of Antarctica?
Sorry? FE, what
Over
flight
the
you talking
top
about?
of, say, Buenos Aires to, I don't know, Perth, Adelaide, Sydney.
As
Do they
if-
fly over the top of
As
Antarctica?
if there's enough demand from Perth to go to Buenos Aires. There's Sydney to Santiago, and that's once a week. That's the demand. Where do you think the bulk of the population is? You're an Australian,
Why
FE.
don't
Holy
it go?
shit.
Why,
Does it- does it fly over Antarctica, though?
Bro,
Does it
why
fly
do
over
they go
Antarctica?
up to the northern hemisphere to get
Yeah, that's
Brian.
the point.
freaking South America to Australia?
No,
Does it take a
Sydney to
direct
Santiago.
route over the top of Antarctica, Ruggiff?
The Great Circle route does not go over Antarctica.
It goes close, though, doesn't it?
Phil, it's like 56 degrees or something. Let me have a look.
Well, I'm
Hold
looking at Google Earth now.
It doesn't
and
get anywhere
from-
close.
Why wouldn't they fly over
Go
the top of
close. Of course
Antarctica?
it does.
Because the Great
56
Circle doesn't
degrees.
go over Antarctica.
It's not close.
Yeah,
Says
just
50
because.
with
What
this-
would be the reason in a commercial world? What would be the reason that we wouldn't take the most direct route?
It is the most route. It doesn't go over Antarctica.
Well, it must go close to it, Rufus.
Well,
surely.
let me put the grid on. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite.
56 ain't even close.
I don't know what you mean by
If it's
56.
56.
I don't know where this.
56
come
south.
from.
Let me see. Hold on. No, that's 60 actually. 60.
Well, that's
Almost
even worse.
62. Almost 62.
Alright. It's still not even close.
What do you mean? Sorry,
That is the great route. That is the route. What's the problem? It doesn't go over Antarctica.
Not close to Antarctica.
Sorry, Ruf. What
Yeah,
is 62? What number? What's this number you're
So
talking
the
about?
flight from Sydney to Santiago, which is a real flight that exists, goes as far
Maybe.
as about 62 degrees south. What do you mean, maybe?
Maybe.
Nice.
No, when
You can actually see the ice during
let's
the
pull it
winter.
up. Pull it up. Let's pull it up.
If I
You
can,
can actually see the
Okay.
ice during the
I
winter.
can share it.
Hang on. It's on
Phil,
Flight
Phil's
Aware.
take out, buddy.
And
We're just having a chat.
famous conspiracy
What should
theory.
be a 12-hour flight winds up being 29 hours going up to fucking
No.
either to Houston
Sydney
or
to
Miami,
Santiago is 10 hours.
and then back down to the southern hemisphere. That's insanity, bro.
Oh, here we go. Right. Here
Actually,
It
it
doesn't.
doesn't.
It's
Famous,
a direct flight.
famous
27 and
conspiracy
28, they're
theorist
direct.
Max Egan actually took this flight and
Correct.
reported on it on Jaren's channel.
I've posted a link to the last time it flew, obviously before COVID. QF27, Sydney to Santiago.
I remember when Max Egan took it, and there was a discrepancy that he noticed between the onboard
Yeah,
screen
but he had-
and what
he
he
had a
was,
compass
on a
the
metal
directions he
table.
was measuring.
He had a compass on board, a
Yeah,
magnetic.
sitting on the metal
Not
table.
exactly reliable, but
Right.
still.
Yeah,
It
it
was
took
interesting.
too long. It's like a
I'm
16-and-a-half-hour flight. Why
No,
the
it's
fuck did
not.
it take 16 and a half hours? When it was listed for like
It
12,
wasn't.
12
Takes
and a half.
16
It wasn't. I think it took about 11 and a half. It took a little bit less, I think, than it was advertised to. I think it was landed like half an hour
Yeah,
earlier.
you think because you don't know because you're not right.
Well, it's
Just
you
way
don't know
longer.
anything about it at all, do
It
you?
takes 12 and a bit
Hold on a
hours.
minute, don't-
As usual.
First of all, you don't know anything about it at all, Brian. And it was like 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm just remembering it off the top of my head. So
You're
no, of
remembering
course.
wrong.
Okay, so what do you remember?
It took 6.5 hours.
How long?
That's the whole point, dude. is it
How
took
long
too
do you
long?
say it took? How long do you say
16
it
and a
took?
half hours.
And you
No.
saying that was? Stop shouting. Are you saying that was longer than the advertised time?
Yeah, that's 4 hours longer.
That's nonsense. Absolute.
The last one
complete and
took
utter
12
nonsense.
hours.
You've made that up completely.
Correct.
Bullshitter.
I've posted a link in general for the last time it flew, 27th of March 2020. It took 12 hours from Sydney to Santiago.
And there's no way when
Wait,
Max
wait,
Egan
wait,
took it,
wait,
it took
wait,
4
wait,
hours
wait,
longer
wait,
than expected.
Oh, Brian,
Wait,
please get a
how
fucking
far
microphone.
back to Sydney?
God, these
How far
guys. It's lie.
how long did it take the other way?
I think it's less time the other way.
Check it anyway.
Fucking QF28. Hold on.
What was the
Oh, yeah,
what are we
okay.
arguing about here?
I was late. Sydney to Santiago. So, what's his name? David Weiss put out a video saying there's no direct flight between, Perth and Buenos Aires. Therefore they have to go up north and north. No, you go from Buenos Aires to
Hold on.
Cape Town.
Is the direct flight the one that doesn't stop, or is that the non-stop flight?
Oh, yeah, non-stop is correct. Yeah, non-stop is technically correct.
Okay.
So he said There's no from Buenos to Cape Town. Like let's choose two fucking cities to fly between. There is a flight between Rio, which is like half an hour, 40 minutes from Buenos Aires.
I'm worried about that, man. I want to check.
Well, you should be.
Australia.
If you want to call that game, you guys are terrible out shit on your own side.
No, we're
Yeah,
not.
man.
Yes, you
You're terrible at calling out shit on your
Here's
own
the
side.
test. Here's
That's
the
like
test.
the pot. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. What the fuck?
Here's a
wrong with
test,
you?
right? Here's a test. Was Diesel an idiot for taking a fucking spirit level on a plane?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Brandon. Well done. Thank you.
No, he wasn't, because he shows
What
that
was
the
he doing?
airplane is pitched upward, man. He could show that the
Fuck was he
airplane
doing?
stays
Yeah, we
pitched
could have
upward.
told you that anyway.
If nothing else.
All right. I'm just gonna try to restart Discord, see if we can get any better. Who knows? Maybe it didn't load right or some crap. I'm hoping that's what it is. Sometimes they update these software too, and it screws things up for a little while. I think that's what happened before when we went through that period where it was all shitty. Hopefully that's it. Anyway, I do apologize for the sound problems. And boy, is this loading slow as hell. Wow.
I have enough
Somebody
evidence.
did. Somebody did, didn't they? How many people have got to book the flight and report on it live before we believe that there is a flight?
I know Wolfie actually. Wolfie was at the airport.
Listen, hold on.
The point that I'm making, what I have heard, okay, from what I have heard, you can book the flight, but then it always gets canceled. That's all I'm saying.
But that's
There is
not what
footage.
happened to Max Egan, is it?
Okay,
Correct. There's
so
also
go
footage of
ahead.
Wolfie at the airport, at the gate, showing people getting on the air bridge to get on that flight.
Okay, I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Okay, and Max Egan, who is obviously friendly to flat earthers,
No, he's
took
not.
the flight.
No,
it
he's not.
exists.
No, he's not.
Really?
No.
He went on fucking Jaredism. How is he not friendly to flat
He
flat
went
earth?
fucking. You missed all that about a year ago. Listen, I used to like Max Egan and support Max Egan, but I don't know what happened to the guy. He is.
Yeah, he had a
at the time he got
he had
the
a
flight.
freak out, didn't he? He became a flat earther for like about 2 days or something, and then
Yeah.
decided he wasn't a flat earther and he'd been mind zapped by some mind
Now,
ray by the government.
if you took that flight, and
Exactly.
you still even considered
So
flat
just
Earth,
because somebody goes on a channel doesn't mean they're friend. If I go on Conspiracy Cats I mean, you come on here. Does that mean
Yeah.
Dem's friendly to flat
Yeah,
earthers?
all right.
Does that mean Ruben's friendly to flat earthers?
Ruben
I
loves
wouldn't
flat
say I wouldn't say he was friendly to flat earthers, but he's definitely friendly to sort of conspiracy type thinking.
Yeah.
At the time,
That's kind of what I mean. Yeah.
when he took that,
save
he
him,
was
Dem.
well. When he took that flight, he was challenging flat Earth a bit to some extent. Not totally.
would John at least admit that the season models, the sun temperatures, the jet streams, the ocean currents, would y'all at least admit that they sure do look prettier on a flat Earth?
Well,
Or they look prettier.
I don't think that we
Sure.
establish what's true in reality based on what you think is most aesthetically pleasing.
Well,
I don't think we should see that as a route to truth.
Well, what doesn't fit with the flat Earth is in regards to the seasons and the jet streams.
The jet streams look beautiful on a flat Earth.
Yeah, they look gorgeous.
Perfect
Okay.
circles.
It's pretty
Concentric
there.
circles.
So what? So you're just going to pick the thing that you think looks prettiest when you lay it out on some sort of map?
Well, it just makes more sense that
Would you
they
just
would
say,
be
well,
going in.
Right.
Hold
The
on, let me
truth is the
respond.
thing that's prettiest, and that makes most sense.
Yeah.
Come
Let
on.
me
That
respond.
doesn't make sense
It makes
at all.
more sense.
No, that makes no sense whatsoever, you
respond.
lunatic.
Let me respond, Jen.
It doesn't have sun temperatures taking 45-degree angles and then back down, and winds just turning up and then back down constantly all the way around the globe, up and down and up and down.
Let me respond. It makes more sense in the fact that the wind and everything is going in circles, following the path of the sun goes in circles. And the wind just goes in circles. When you put it on a globe, it just zigzags all over the place, all crazy. Like why would the winds be turning all? Why would the winds
Rumpus
be
came
turning
straight
all
in, right?
crazy? Hold on, Ruhif. Why would the winds be changing direction all crazy like that instead of going in a nice concentric circles?
Good question.
So Rumpus came in and said, attack the AE map, right? And the distances between Sydney and Santiago, right? These flights.
Don't answer the point I just said. Go move on to
No, I
something
did
else.
answer it.
Good
Did you not hear my answer?
High
Did
and
you
low
not hear my
pressure.
answer?
I didn't hear it.
Right, I think.
Oh, yeah. The answer was I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And I'm
I
going to
do
guess.
know.
Weird.
Well, why?
Yeah.
What?
And
what?
then Rumpus came in and said the flight between Sydney and Santiago destroys this map. It doesn't fly over North America. That would be the most direct route on the AE map.
Right, and plus Australia is like 4 times wider than it should be, and a whole load of other things that are incorrect. So, it may look pretty when you lay it out that way, but
I don't think we're saying that we are buying into the AE map, Jim. I don't think anybody's saying that. I'm not.
It's a big issue, Brandon.
you've just been telling us how good it looks on the AE map. After you've just been telling us how good it looks on the AE map, you're all now going to abandon the AE map.
Jim.
Right?
No,
As
on
far as
a
the
flat.
placement of the-
Hold on.
Flat
On a flat
map.
Earth. On a flat map.
Flat Earth.
As far as the
Not that
as
map
far as the placement,
specifically.
my bad. As far as the
That's
placement
right.
of the continents, and everything, sure. But as far as it just being flat, we got those beautiful looking jet streams that are not changing directions all crazy like they do on a globe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just abandoned the map.
Pins us to the Gleason map or the AE map.
Must be the thing that I
When
think
did that
looks
become
nicest.
the
How
official
can
map,
you possibly?
Jim?
How
Alright,
can
I'm
you
out.
possibly
Jim,
say
Jim,
that this is
Spiral-
your
it's
method?
spiraling.
Stop squawking. Stop
Because I
squawking,
can't-
Jim. You're like a parrot.
Occam's
Stop
razor.
squawking. Just
Jim.
listen for 1 second.
Why don't you listen
listen.
for 1 second? I can't
I'll
believe
stand behind
that.
Anton.
But you've got your own show. You
I'll
talk
do
incessantly all the time. Just
Well, am I not allowed to talk on this show?
no,
then?
probably not.
Is it?
Well,
I
don't
get
know.
to come on this
Are you?
show, and then I
Should
just
we just
get to
talk
listen
over
Why
one
are you
another?
so triggered,
because I
Jim?
haven't
We
to
just
have
talk
my
to each
own
other.
show.
Well, am I
Go
here to
ahead,
do
then.
that, Jim?
No, you go ahead. You're more important, obviously.
No, I'm
I've
not.
already responded.
I think I just started
Hold on.
before you. That's all.
Hold on. I already
responded.
responded. Hold on, Effie. I already responded to the point that not only does it look pretty, but there's no reason for the jet streams to be changing directions all crazy willy-nilly
There
like
is.
they do on
Yes,
a globe.
there is a reason, you idiot.
What is it?
Squawking, Jim.
Ruhip didn't know
I
it.
don't know off the top of my fucking head. I think
Oh.
it's high. Oh, should I have he hasn't memorized every single aspect of the heliocentric model. He doesn't know every single aspect of it. That's
Oh, it must be
suspicious.
false then. It must be false.
A good reason to believe the Earth is flat because a random person on the internet hasn't memorized every aspect.
You're
of
not
reality.
random. You're like the
You
world's foremost expert on flat earthism. You said.
fucking lunatic. You people are mental. This is mental thinking. I'm going to decide what's true in reality because it's what looks prettiest.
No, not because it looks prettiest. Stop straw manning us with that. I already addressed.
Just
I already
madness.
addressed it's not only because it looks pretty, it's because it makes more sense because there's
No,
no
it doesn't.
reason for them to be changing
So-
directions on a will. Go ahead. Go.
So, Jim, the AE map or the Gleason map is not our map just because you want it to be. Okay? Just because some random guy on the internet, not you, but some other guy, wants to refer to it at some point, that
Well,
doesn't
you
make
lot.
it our...
You
That
lot
doesn't
have
make
already-
it our... no, okay, I'm sorry. Can I finish?
You brought the
That's
AE map into
Oh.
the conversation. We didn't.
I
You
didn't.
guys were talking about how great everything looked on this AE map. We didn't
Flat
inflict
land.
it upon you. You guys
but-
introduced it, and as usual, now it's being challenged and it's been pointed out
No.
to you that it doesn't fucking work at all.
No,
now it's all.
no, no.
Oh,
That
it's
didn't
not
get
our
pointed
map.
out to us. We already
You're-
knew that.
You're inflicting that map upon us. It's a
You're
straw man
conflating
map.
two issues.
Yeah.
We're just using the AE map because it's on flat land and not the globe
That's
model. where
right.
the
You're
globe is
conflating
changing
two
all
issues,
crazy.
Jim, because it's
Oh, my.
convenient. It's
Oh, so
convenient
what
that you
map have
conflate
you
them.
got that's the
A flat
actual
one.
map then?
A flat one where things go
Flat.
down in a circle.
Okay.
Where
Which
the
is what?
continents are, I don't think anybody here is saying we know where the continents are positioned.
I'm
Okay,
not
that's
saying
the
that.
point.
Okay.
You want to conflate it all. because
Okay,
that
so you've
suits
got, so all I want you to do is tell me which map we're fucking talking about. Let's see how
We don't
neat.
have- I don't have one.
Hold on a minute. Let's see how neat and tidy your jet streams look on the actual map that you want us to use, not the one that you say is a straw man. So let's have the actual map. Oh, you don't have
Well,
one. do
on
you?
ours, they don't do looping.
Can't do it if we don't have a
Damn.
How are you able to say
Just a mental question.
more sense?
It's reaffirmed
How-
where we're at.
You lot, because you guys are saying this makes more sense. Oh, but we don't want to use this one because it doesn't make any
No, I know-
fucking
I know
sense.
flat land.
Hey, just so you guys know, I'm monitoring how much RAM is being used, and there's no spike at all. So it's some kind of software problem, probably. I don't know. Maybe Gleam has some ideas on what could be causing these spikes and distortion.
Instead of a ball,
All right, let's have a
the ring
Mercator
going
map.
round in a circular fashion
Let's
on
have
a
a
flat
Mercator
piece
map,
of
then.
land makes a lot more sense than it's swirling and
No.
twirling on a ball.
What does it look like on a Mercator map then? Because that's a flat map.
So we can
the
use that
Mercator
one
map.
now. It's not. So it's not a strawman anymore, right?
Well, show us the jet stream.
We don't have a
working well
map.
on that map then.
We're not owning
How
the
do you
map right now.
explain how do you explain that the winds, the trade winds, are the same in both hemispheres? You can't explain that on a flat Earth. Sorry.
Are we being rated by Glovers right now? Listen,
Very-
the jet
very
streams
quickly.
make more sense over
Jet
flat
streams
land.
make no sense on the
It's
flat
Hold
Earth.
on.
raining. It's
Hold on.
raining all big globers at the moment.
Do they
Hold
pack
on.
in or
Listen,
what?
the jet stream. Paid NASA show. Shut the fuck up, please.
The-
Now the jet streams make more sense on a flat land.
No,
all
no,
right,
no.
no, with not placing the go to the AE no
Show
school.
us.
Well, they took it. Brandon, bring up that TikTok I posted. In your
I'm just
DMs?
getting a very, very, very quick
I'll try.
explanation. They are the result of their position is the result of wet or dry summers.
Huh?
What?
I'm working on a greater explanation, but that's a very quick one.
Wet and dry summers
Yes.
is the reason the jet streams go all crazy all over the place.
Well, they don't. They go in a sort of zigzaggy sort of.
Yeah.
Fashion,
all
don't they?
crazy all over the
Yeah.
place. Zigzaggy.
No,
what
no,
he
not
said.
crazy
All
or like no.
zigzaggy. Yeah, zigzag.
And it looks
It's
like
more or less the
if you
East
look at
Mercury.
it from the top, it would look like a flower. So it's not crazy all over the place. There's a definite pattern
flower?
to it.
It's a loopy thing.
Well, that makes
It's a
sense.
Flower
definite-
pattern?
That makes
There's a
sense.
definite-
Flower-shaped
Opposed to
wind.
wind just swirling
There's a-
around in a circle, that makes no sense, does it?
There's a- Well, we have to look at the reasons why it's happening, right?
Which you don't know, because you said you don't know it.
Which you don't know.
South
Well,
jet streams, though.
No, I don't. But I just looked them up. I've given you the beginning of an explanation. Are we just gonna go on the idea that because I couldn't draw it from memory, that there is no explanation, and that's the reality?
No, you just said you don't know.
Yeah,
though.
that because I don't have a map, it can't be real.
Oh, that's not working.
You know, like that.
To be truth
You made it
You're
crazy.
supposed to be
It looks okay
truth-seeking.
on your map.
Rumpert.
Brian said it makes more sense on the flat Earth map. Well, show us it's making sense on a flat Earth
Flat
map.
water. Just flat
So we
water.
don't have a
the
map.
Earth.
We're straw manning us.
You got the earth and you got flat water, and then you put the fucking winds above that. You
Do
don't know
that
about
then.
the
Show
position
us.
of the continent.
Show
And it
us.
doesn't. Yeah,
You've never
I mean,
seen the
look,
AE No School map with the,
But
with the jet
Jeremy,
stream.
I can put the continents, I can make a map and put the continents anywhere I like, and as a result of that, make the jet streams go anywhere I like, can't I? What we need is something that represents reality in some way, right?
The AE No School map, or the AE No School website used to have this. They took it down because flat earthers were killing you guys with it.
Fuck that.
But
The
that's
email
just a
was 100
projection.
The globe
But that's-
is not accurate.
It's just a way of projecting the globe so you can see all of it in 2 dimensions, right? Doesn't mean it represents reality, and you need something that does to be able to say this makes more sense this way. It's no good saying this makes more sense on this map that we all agree doesn't make sense. What?
Yeah,
where
that
does
makes
get
more.
you?
It makes more sense. It makes more sense on that flat map than it does on your globe flower pattern
Well,
model.
okay, so
But
how are
the
you
distances
gauging?
are
Hang on,
wrong.
Rumpus. How are you gauging more sense? What number?
Because the
sense?
winds are.
What
I'll
quantity
tell you.
of sense are you putting to each one?
Well, yours is making a flower pattern, zigging when it should have zagged, and ours
Well-
is just going in nice clean circles, following the pressure and temperature of the sun going around the circle of the flat plane.
But it doesn't go in straight lines and nice, pretty patterns,
Shut up,
Jeremy.
Or follow the pressure of the sun. That's just something you made up. You don't have any
Yeah.
data
I
to
didn't-
support that. It's
We
just
don't have
something
any
that you
data in the
invented.
to
dreamt-
support
you
that where
dreamt
the
up as
sun
a
is
great-
and where it
It's just
goes changes the
It's just
pressure.
something that Jeremy. It's just something that Jeremy
Well,
dreamt
hold
up
on,
as a good
hold
way of
on,
getting
Jem.
himself out of an
Hold on, Jem.
argument.
You just
There's
made a
no
claim.
reason
You
to
just said
believe
we
it to be
don't
true in
know
any way whatsoever.
that the sun impacts the pressure. So we don't know that. Are you joking?
Well, no,
There's
I'm not
very
joking.
little impact
No,
of
I'm
the
not
sun
joking.
on
I'm not
pressure.
joking.
The sun
Jeremy
has
is
very little
making it-
impact on pressure. Does the
I
sun
didn't say
create
that. I
heat?
did not say that. I did
I
not
said
say
that.
that.
The
That
pressure
is
stays
wrong.
constant, pretty much.
So you guys are
thermometric
disagreeing
pressure
with
and the
each other
sun
now.
are fairly independent of each other, actually.
Let them sort it out, Brandon.
Sure. Yeah, you guys sort it out. Let's get back to us.
I'm not joking.
The sun has very little impact on pressure. Does the sun create? Oh, somebody's got their the show open. And it's
It might be
coming
me.
through.
I might be stuck.
Oh, you're stuck in? Okay, I'm just gonna mute you.
Hold on.
And then when you fix it, I'll unmute you. There we go. Sorry, guys.
What I am saying
right.
is that Jeremy's claim that these pressure and temperature changes just follow the sun around the Earth every day is false. It's something he made up to get himself out of arguments on the internet, and he has no data to support that it's true whatsoever. Not a jot.
That's
Do
what
you,
the
Jeremy?
National Weather
Okay.
Service says.
Why do you lie?
NOAA.
You're such a
That's what
fucking
they say.
liar, dude.
What did they
So
say?
it doesn't get hotter
What did they
at
say?
high
What
noon.
precisely do the
Does that have
National
the same
Weather
button got
Service
circles on a
say,
flat Earth?
Brandon?
They say that the weather follows the sun.
The weather
Yeah.
follows the sun.
Yeah, that's a saying in
Absolutely.
meteorology.
Oh, bullshit.
Except on your zigzag flower pattern.
Let me
Earth,
see
globe
that
Earth,
saying
it's not following
meteorology.
the sun.
Where's that? Let's see that cited from somewhere.
All right, I'll open it up. Give me a minute. You guys continue.
So
In
what
the
happens
meantime-
outside then?
In the meantime, there's
kinda
a
Half
interesting,
the
constant.
Earth is in darkness. How's the weather being
Con, you
changed
got
then?
me-
It's not all the same.
Right.
Is it?
George, you got
I
me
mean,
muted.
we always
What a
know we
ridiculous
have
idea.
Rumpus.
George, am I? George, you,
we,
hold
we
on,
know
guys.
we have
Guys,
prevailing westerlies.
hold on a
Weather
second.
tends to go
George, you have me
west-east.
muted.
Yeah,
All right,
nothing
I'm
to
mute.
do with the sun.
I'm muting George.
George,
Stop for a
George, you
second.
can't mute Jeremy because he's an active part of the conversation.
And why does this? Are the prevailing westerlies, by the way?
Google it.
George, do you have me muted?
I did Google it. You know what? You know why the prevailings are westerlies.
George, you better unmute Jeremy, otherwise he'll get.
Unmod him.
Here, let me.
He doesn't deserve to be a mod. Just unmod him.
I
Yeah,
found
that's
He
good.
can't-
this is the first link that came back, so I'll share that if I can. My computer is acting like a piece of shit. But the very first link was from history.nasa.gov, and it's titled "The Sun Weather Connection." Here, just let me back up. Can you guys see my screen?
Brandon, shut it down. You're
Damn.
Brandon, shut it down. It's breaking up, bro.
All right.
Just run the show. Don't bring any links or anything up. It's all good.
Shit, can you hear me now?
Go fund me. Get a new fucking computer.
It just started shitting out today.
Still, Brandon.
You're good now. You're good.
All right. Anyway, the first link that I brought up was from NASA.history.gov, or backwards maybe, and it was called the Sun Weather Connection. That was the very first link.
Okay, what does it say? Let's see.
Well, I had to close it down.
We're just gonna go off the title.
No, the first sentence said it all.
Okay,
It's
let's
a good
see where
title.
the link is.
It's a good title. I like it.
Let me. Oh, I'll bring it up. Maybe if I don't
It's
share it.
blatantly obvious that the weather follows the sun because
No, it's not.
It
as
really
the sun
is.
comes overhead. As
What,
the
so
sun
it-
comes overhead.
So if
Jen,
it snows in your country,
slow down,
it
bro.
will,
Let
the
me
snow
explain.
follows the sun around the
Jen,
world. Is that the
slow down
ridiculous
and let me
nonsense that
explain.
you say?
I understand you're spiraling, but let me explain. Okay, as the sun
Okay,
comes
explain
over
to
your
me what
head-
happens in a snowstorm.
Oh,
then.
Jem, I'm gonna have.
Oh,
Bro, relax.
Well, let me read this
Wait,
sentence.
wait, wait.
Espressos, man.
The weather
sun
follows.
comes out-
The
no,
weather
You're not.
follows.
No,
the
you're
sun.
gonna
Too
funny
much
mute me the whole
coffee.
time and not let me explain.
Come on,
The
man.
weather follows the sun. You get up one morning
Jem,
when the
are you
sun
gonna let me
rises.
explain or not?
I bet you're not going to. Go ahead. You're cutting me off, so I bet you're not going
I
to.
was in the
Go
middle
ahead.
of explaining.
Go ahead.
Let him have explain. Let him have a go. Jem.
Okay, the sun comes overhead, right? Pretend it's noon. The sun is beating down on the earth. I mean, this is the reason for your seasons. The angle the sun hits the earth causes different seasons. The angle the sun's hitting your area is going to cause different weather. It's going to get hotter during noon.
It's going
to be
So it gets
hotter
hotter
during
during the
noon.
day. That's correct, Jeremy. Very good.
All right.
Well, sometimes, not
That
always.
doesn't
but
mean the
sometimes-
weather follows the sun, does it? That's cold.
Hot weather and cold weather. You're going to have hot weather and you're going to...
over longer periods of time than a day.
Let me read this sentence here. The sun and the weather. The energy that the earth receives from the sun is the basic cause of our changing weather. That's the first sentence.
Boom.
On the first
Dog.
result.
That was a
That
beautiful
doesn't
grand picture
say
that
it changes on a local basis according to the zenith of the sun, does it?
Obviously, the whole of the Earth weather is determined by the sun heating up the Earth.
Yeah.
Without the
Right.
sun, we would have almost no weather.
Right.
Yeah.
At noon, when the sun...
He questions Brandon. Brandon goes and pulls it up the title, and he's like, "Well, it's just a fucking title." And then he pulls it up, and the sun, the weather's back to the sun.
That was
and
a
then he
very
just ignores it.
It
general
doesn't
statement.
say. It doesn't
It
say
doesn't
what
say
you are.
tomorrow.
It doesn't say what you are claiming it says, and you know this is not
weather
true.
come from?
Jeremy, hold on. Let me. Hang on.
Is not
Hang on. Let me get this out.
is way better than the globe.
Jeremy's explanation, as I said it wouldn't be, was not an explanation of what I said. If the sun is up, it can quite easily be snowing in the middle of the day, and that snowstorm does not follow the sun around the world. That is nonsense. The weather, the same with rain, the same with high winds, hurricanes. We know. We see that.
We're talking about on a macro
I'm
scale.
still talking. We see the way a hurricane moves. It doesn't follow the sun.
We're talking about
This
on a
is
macro
just
scale.
nonsense. Look, I've given you
The
three aspects of weather that do not follow the sun. This is
The
just
temperature.
About that. The sun runs around and makes circles on a flat Earth map, AE, whatever, pick whichever one you want. It goes around and makes circles when the sun is far away toward the south, the outer part. It doesn't snow in the north, okay? I mean, and when the sun's away from the north is when it snows, night or day, okay? When the sun, in y'all's model, when the sun is closer, it's colder. The southern hemisphere is colder by average temperature. When the sun is 3 million miles closer, and that's opposite on a flat Earth map. It all makes sense. And I can't believe you couldn't
it makes sense on the globe. It's just to do with the angle of
what?
It's to do with the angle of the sunlight hitting the globe.
So when the angle of the sunlight,
a very, very simple explanation. It's very easy to understand. Anyone.
Brandon, you and Jeremy are
So
talking on
at-
different scales, I'm afraid.
so at noon, when the sun is right above you,
I
hitting it.
agree with you.
Hold on, guys. At noon, when the sun, hold on, ladies.
Very, very distorted. We can barely understand you.
Yeah, you know, hold on, Brian. So at noon, when the sun's hitting us at an angle,
Damn,
like
guys,
you said,
this is not getting
and
any
then-
better. Oh man, there's nothing I can do on this side. I think we're dead in the water. There's nothing I can close out. I can't find a solution to this right now, unfortunately. I think I'm toast here. I will read this super chat though. Earth is life. You guys use this map when it's convenient, then call it a straw man when we point out where it fails. It's not exactly right because we're not owning. You guys want us to own the placement of the continents and all that. We're not being that specific. We're just talking about the basic shape: flat, circular, North Pole in the middle with the stars flowing around that. And then anytime we talk about that, you want us to own the AE map, which we're not going to own. So that's kind of the breakdown there. I'm looking for other things that I can close out here while I'm doing this. I don't know, guys. You guys want me to continue? I mean, this is really bad, this sound quality right now. If you guys want me to keep going and keep trying, I will. This has got to be figured out. We'll give it one more shot.
The night, but it's not. There's lots of currents and normal weather patterns. Tell us what bit of weather, besides, hold on, nearly there. What bit of weather besides the temperature are you saying follows the sun?
If it's just angles,
Does the temperature? Hold on, Lucky.
3 o'clock in the winter time.
You're very
When the sun is the same angle as noon in the summertime, why is it so much fucking hotter? Why is the sun steaming on my
We can't understand you, Brian.
Brian, your mic is really bad
Let
right
me
now.
respond to Rumpus before it gets lost. Got Nassish. Hold on. So, with the temperature change, does that change pressure?
Well, you
No,
can
not
have low
really.
pressure. No, it could.
Temperature
that's not
doesn't
dependent.
change pressure?
Remember that the Earth's
Are
atmosphere
you guys
can
high or
expand.
something?
So it's not like
Pressure does not
boiling.
change with temperature very much during the day.
So it does change a little bit.
You'd have to look at the analysis, probably a little bit, but not very much.
Okay.
I bet it changes in
Okay,
both
so there we
directions,
go. We
Jen.
got pressure and
Sometimes with
temperature
increased-
changing. With
I
the,
bet sometimes
so
with
we've got
increased sun you
temperature
get
and
lower
pressure.
pressure, and sometimes you get high
Oh,
pressure.
God.
I bet there's not a linear relationship as you're
Right,
suggesting.
because you can
Byron.
get thunderstorms in the summer, can't you? And you can get a,
So
a
y'all are
bright,
guessing.
crisp
So none
sunny
of y'all
day.
know you're
Yeah.
guessing.
Yeah, we had
Oh,
hail
wow.
here.
Yes, we are. Of course, we're
Just
guessing. We're
yesterday,
not.
we-
We're not.
I would
we're not
agree-
experts in
I would agree
weather,
with
are
the
we?
I'll agree with the statement under two caveats. One is that if you're talking solely about the temperature, yes, it's hotter during the daytime. Second of all, if you want to talk like Brendan is on the macro scale and say that the sun is a major influence on the weather, I'll agree with that. I will not agree with Jeremy in saying that the sun causes the weather in a local scale.
I never. Well, do you not consider the pressure and temperature the weather?
But the pressure doesn't change that much.
You just said it changed a little bit, not very much, so a little bit.
In opposite directions, Jeremy. You don't know, I think, whether it's going to go increase or decrease with the sun. So therefore, it's not the sort of fact that you're talking. Not
but it is changing.
And why doesn't it change? Why doesn't it change a lot at night time?
Exactly. That makes no sense, Jeremy.
It just changes a little bit.
Well,
made up nonsense.
There are other factors that are more important, Jeremy.
You can't hear with all the blubbers talking about.
There are more factors than just that determine pressure.
I just wonder why we're debating things.
If y'all can hear me better, if you're putting it solely to angle, then the same angle of the sun at 12 or 1 o'clock during the summer as 3 or 4 o'clock during the winter.
No.
And I can feel the sun beaming on my ass out there working in the summer when the sun is only 45 degrees. So throw that out. That does not.
No, you're high. Once again, you don't understand what you're talking about.
You could have at some point in the winter that it was like in the afternoon in the summer or something, possibly.
Bro, if you live in Florida.
What he doesn't understand is that the weather is not just dependent on his one location on the fucking
You don't live in Florida, bro. Trust me.
And how hot he
never
feels.
in the winter time, no matter what angle I get, it's never hot like it is in the summer.
We can completely abandon our explanation for seasons because Brian feels hot. I mean, really, guys, your argument is just going from
anybody who gets brought the attention, if you bring it to the attention of anybody
in the afternoon, the sun is still over a spot on the earth somewhere at noon.
Hey,
yeah, exactly.
Don't go after
and it moves around over that spot. The spots. He just said it. Peyton still said it. The sun is over one spot, and then it moves around over another spot.
Day to day, Brian, over a couple of days,
it has the same angle in the summertime.
Let's make a quick point, Shell. Brian, over a period of say a week, the amount of sunlight that will fall on the same spot will be about the same time throughout the day. What determines whether you get weather as cold fronts, clouds, and other things? So the sunlight isn't changing, yet you're getting very different weather from day to day in Florida. Sometimes you'll have a hurricane, sometimes you won't. But the sunlight coming down on you will be exactly the same. Whether it hits, but obviously it hit clouds or not, but the sunlight will be the same. Yet you've got wildly different weather day to day. So it can't be just the sun, can it?
And from day to night, it is going to change the weather.
Yes,
Obviously,
it does,
the pressure is going to change.
That doesn't happen, does it? It can be shitty weather all day and all night.
Is the temperature going to change at night from the day?
Yes, temperature will, but the other parts of the weather don't.
We're back to pretending weather is temperature now, are we? We're just going to pretend they're just one and the same and interchangeable.
But actually, sometimes
that'll get you out of it, Jeremy.
Jeremy, sometimes it gets warmer at night. If you get a warm front come over you, it can actually. For instance, yesterday we had a hailstorm here about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it was really cold. And then hold on, let me finish. And then this last night it got up to a warmer temperature. So therefore, hold on, let me just finish. So therefore, we had a warmer night than we did in the day. So there was your position.
Okay, yeah, there was a temperature change from day to night.
Yes,
that is my position. Is there's a temperature change?
It got warmer at night.
My position is there is a temperature change from day to night.
And it gets warmer. Last night,
I don't care. It's a temperature change.
But you say it follows the sun. If it goes in the opposite direction, you're claiming that the sun always causes things to warm up, and it's in the same position. And last night, it was warmer than it was during the day when we had a hailstorm.
I said there's a temperature change that follows the sun. Okay,
in the
sun
reverse
comes
direction
over,
in that case.
Whatever direction you want.
If there's no correlation, Jeremy, if you make a link between the two, you've got to say if the sun breaks down, it's going to get warmer. You can't just have it becoming colder sometimes and say the correlation is there. There's
a
you've got to establish a correlation between the two things. Sun appears, it gets warmer. Sun goes away, it gets colder. That would work as a correlation. But you can't have sometimes the sun appears, it gets warmer, and the sun goes away and it gets warmer again. You haven't got a relationship.
The relationship is the sun moves over our heads. the temperature changes as the sun moves over our heads, be it colder to hotter, hotter to colder. The sun is controlling a temperature change.
But it can
in our
only
area.
increase it, can't it?
This
Well,
is
clearly
one of
it
the most
doesn't.
ridiculous hills you've ever
Yes,
chosen
because
to
it's
die
not
on,
dependent
Jeremy.
on the sun. That's the point we're making. Oh my
It gets
God!
fucking warm in the day. Fucking dude, he's so full of shit, dude. They're just guessing and talking about random here and there things like how could that happen on a globe? How can it not snow in the daytime on a globe? You just ask dumb fucking questions. Like,
No, he's making the claim, Brian. He's making the claim.
Nobody said
because
that.
the behavior
Nobody asked that
follows
question.
the sun. We're
Nobody
saying
asked that
there
question.
are lots of effects that cause the weather, not just following the sun, as
is
Jeremy
not
said.
93 million miles away.
What about the temperature? This is the reason we're...
Brian, you've changed this. You've changed the discussion. You've now gone off on a tangent because you didn't like what I said.
The temperature changes with the sun. We know that.
The temperature changes all the time in the night as well. It's always changing, Jeremy. You can't just say
And the sun is the overarching
the sun
factor.
causing it gets warmer or colder. There's a relationship. You
The
can't
sun
just
is the
say because the
overarching
temperature's
factor.
all changing.
The sun is the overarching factor of the temperature change. Even you guys know this because it's controlling your season.
No, I don't know whether
Let me
that's
say
somebody's
one more
got it,
thing.
bro.
Let me say one more thing, y'all. Okay, I live in Florida. At like 10, 11 in the morning during the summertime, the sun is already getting overwhelming. And the angle is not direct, okay? It's nowhere near angle at like 2 o'clock in the winter time, but it's overwhelmingly hot in the sun already. The sun is not 93 million miles away. It's local.
Okay, because
No.
you feel that way. We'll go with your feelings, Brian, not the data. We'll just
Just
go.
ignore all the evidence.
There's
No,
a
we'll
bloke
go with
in
your
Florida.
guessing. We'll go with your guessing.
This is your guessing. This is your guessing, you fucking idiot.
No, this is my
This is
direct
saying-
fucking feeling, you fucking faggot.
I feel hot at 10:30 in the morning, therefore we should throw out everything we know about weather and seasons
No,
and
no.
just
You
go
said
with my
angles.
and just
You
go
said
with my
angles, and I'm
feelings.
telling you it's not.
Just go with my feelings because I think it's too hot for the sun to be where it's said to be. I mean, what ridiculous
Exactly the opposite.
nonsense.
No, if you say it's angles, and I can
It's
directly show
absurd.
you that it's not angles. Angles ain't got shit to do with it.
Can't. No, you can't.
Yes, I told you at 11
I could directly show you
or
that
10
it
o'clock,
is.
11 o'clock in the summertime,
Because-
with a less angle, it's way hotter than it was
Why
a
have you-
steeper angle in the wintertime. So
Why?
it's not angles.
Why?
It
Why
is
is it
because the sun. You have to accept in summer the sun is generally higher, which means that it gets a longer time to heat up the air, which means that the base level of the temperature is going to go up because the sun.
That's
is at a
why I
higher
use
angle
10
for
in the
longer.
morning, Rumpus. That's why I use the morning time, pal.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
talking
but
about.
previous
He's talking
day,
about in
it
Florida
heated
in the
air,
summer.
So it was hotter at night as well because it had longer to heat it up the previous noon. So and the sun was
I'm talking
generally
about
in
the sun beaming on me, Rumpus. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
but-
everything around me. I'm talking about the
You
sun
must-
beaming on my ass.
It's going to be warmer as well, Brian.
some-
And it's
we get
you
an
must
echo
accept
from
it's gonna
someone.
be-
He
You
lives
must
in
accept-
Florida. He lives in Florida, and he's talking about Florida in the summer. I mean, it's
I'm talking about
subtropical,
angles.
right?
I'm talking about angles. Once
You
again,
don't-
Brian,
you don't
angle
get-
is not causing seasons.
Hang on, let me make the point. The point is, you don't get much of a change in the angle because of where you live on the globe, right? You don't get
All
that
I
much.
know
va-
is
you
that
don't get that much
It's
variation.
a lot closer in the summertime.
We don't live on a
And
globe.
it's not
Hold on,
3 million
somebody-
miles
hold on
farther
a
away in the
second.
summer. It's
Brandon,
definitely
take care of
closer.
this. Hold on, guys. Somebody's got a mean echo going. It has to stop.
I think
I
it's
know that is
Brian.
awful.
I'm on mute when I ain't talking.
Yeah,
Right,
but
why don't you
heads
get some
can't control
headphones?
themselves.
Why don't you
so-
get some headphones and then you could eliminate all this echo? You can just stuff them into your smartphone, and then you would eliminate this problem that you always have. You're always echoing people.
You're gonna stuff them into your smartphone? How's that work?
You can stick some headphones in a
No, whoever's
smartphone.
whoever's
and then
got
you won't have
YouTube
the
open is
problem.
the one echoing probably.
You've got an echo now. Brian, just get some little headphones, spend $10 on some headphones for your smartphone. You can plug them in, and then you won't have this problem. You cause a riot with your echo every time you.
Is that better? If
I got
those-
like 5 pairs of fake AirPods.
I got 5 pairs of headphones, and I try them. Different ones work better, different shows, dude. Is this any better?
Yes.
Well, it's not
Holy
echoing, but you're a
shit.
bit distorted.
At least the echo's gone.
Okay, how was y'all saying I was echoing when I was on mute? Though?
You still sound like shit, though, but...
Yeah, all you got to do is come up with something worth hearing.
Fuck off.
Ron,
They say the sun is. They say
Ron, again.
Wait, here's the problem, man. They say
Jeremy,
the sun is
here's your
3
problem.
million miles further away. You say the
Ron,
sun is 3 million miles further away during my summertime, and I'm telling you right now, it's not.
Brian, at 10:30 in the morning in the summer, is the sun not higher than it is 10:30 in the wintertime?
A little bit. I'm telling you right now, it's not
It's
angled.
It's different.
Even when the sun in the wintertime is at its best angle, it doesn't fucking hurt me. Like
It'll be
it does in the
23 degrees
summer.
higher, Brian. It'll be a lot higher.
He's in Florida. He's almost at the the tropical.
What I'm telling you,
Yeah, he's
what I'm
almost on the
telling you
tropic,
is in
yeah.
Florida, when it's 10, 11 in the morning, the sun fucking, it almost hurts, dude. It's so fucking hot.
The tropical cancer's over Cuba, so he's pretty freaking close.
Yeah, he's getting close. Well, the point is, it's still there. It's between summer and winter. 23 degrees.
You're a white boy.
In the summertime.
Damn it. This is painful. Come on.
Bro, you're
We
about to
measured
take
it.
3 million miles
You don't.
further, and
You
I'm
can't
telling you
verify
it's
that.
We've measured it. We
No,
know this.
you
We've
haven't.
measured. We
How'd you
bounced
measure
radar
it?
beams.
Feels hotter, Rumpus. Brian.
You bounce radar beams. You bounce radar beams off
Admit
of
that.
black.
Geographical society.
Hold on, guys. You guys are all talking at the same time. You're all talking at the same time.
All day long without getting sunburned. Okay? Summertime, you're sunburned after about 30 minutes, bro. The sun is not further away in the
Because
summer.
it's higher
I
up.
repeat. The sun
Brian,
is not
if you
further
measure the
away in the
sun,
winter.
look
Anybody
in
think
Stellarium.
that? It's a retard.
Take some measurements yourself, and you will see that the sun is 23 degrees higher up than in the winter. In fact, would it not be actually more than that? Would it not be double that?
Doesn't it make more sense does it make sense to you that the sun is that far away though? I mean, really, just when you go and look at it and you feel it, does it seem like it's 93 million miles away?
Yeah, Brandon, big things far away look like small things, smaller things.
I understand that, but I'm asking you on a personal level. When you look at the sun and you go outside and you feel it, does it seem to you like it's 93 million miles away?
On a personal level, Brandon, I would say I don't credit myself with the ability to make judgments.
Yeah.
I just don't think that that's something that I can approximate accurately.
Because when you haven't got anything to compare it against, big things far away look identical to small things close. You have got no means to determine how close something is. All you can do is to say how the angular size of it. It's what basic geometry tells you.
You do have things to compare it though too. You've been near a fire. You've been near something very hot before. You've been near a light before. You've been far from
the sun isn't near
these things.
He's not going to give you an honest answer, Brandon.
There's nothing I can see.
We're at a bonfire. All right, hold on,
when the sun is at 45 degrees, besides how hot it is around me, when the sun at 45 degrees in the winter, 3 million miles closer, should be just the same warmth as the sun 45 degrees in the summertime. 3 million miles
If I'm at a bonfire, hold on, guys. If I'm at a bonfire, I'm going to use this analogy.
Summertime.
They were at a
midsummer,
bonfire.
The sun is actually 47
George,
degrees
you got me
higher
muted,
than
bro.
winter.
Who unmuted George?
George, you better unmute. You better unmute Jeremy, otherwise he'll mute you or something. He was
You're at a
talking when
bonfire.
George.
Hey, when you're done, I got a question for Brian.
You're at a bonfire, right? And I get a third of the way farther away. You can change your angle any way you want to the bonfire. That's not going to make you get hotter getting farther away just because you change your angle. You can pick any fucking angle you want. I don't care. Is it?
It's a very simple measurement that we can make. The way I always explain it,
can you
which
do
is
this?
Imperfect. Can I get this out?
Go ahead.
Is if you were to take a flashlight and shine it close to a piece of paper and you held it directly vertical, it would make a circle of light on the piece of paper, right? If you were and you could draw it, if you could, get a pen or something, you could draw around that circle so you could remember its size. If you were then to take the flashlight and angle it, you would get like an oval of light, and you could draw around that. And if you were to compare then the surface area of each of those two things, you could calculate that, you would find the oval was bigger. and yet the amount of light from the flashlight or the energy hitting it remained the same. And so
All
if
right,
you
but
have the
how
same,
do we get?
and so if you have the same amount of energy spread over this much bigger area of your oval, then the energy is spread out more, and it's cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. But show me how to change my angle to the bonfire and get hotter. Get when I get away from it, farther away, because that's what you got going on.
Because the bonfire, it feels warmer when you're close to it. You're close. That means the sun must be as close as a bonfire.
Right, the sun isn't a bonfire.
The sun is 13 feet away.
It's an analogy for us getting farther away, but getting hotter just because we changed our angle.
I've got it. Okay, I've got it for you, Jeremy. Here you are. Consider you've got a meter that measures the energy coming from the bonfire. So you've got it in your hand, facing the bonfire.
Like a thermometer.
Now, if you sorry,
like a thermometer.
Good one. I get it, Rumpus.
So I've got something that measures the heat energy arriving at my hand. Say
like a thermometer.
Hand side. No, not energy. No, I'm not talking about temperature. I'm talking about energy.
I guarantee everybody arguing for the
We're talking about getting hotter or colder. Why would
Really
you
quick.
than a thermometer?
Can I finish this, please?
Why are you not using a thermometer?
Can I finish this? So we're talking about the energy
No, you
that
can't
arrives.
finish this.
We're talking
why
about
are you
the
not using
energy. We're
talking about
the
hotter or
energy.
colder.
We're talking about the energy that arrives on my hand, or the meter that I've got on my hand. The energy. And if I now angle my hand to 45 degrees to the fire, I will now get half. Actually, it won't be quite half. It will be something less than half. Actually, sorry, it won't be quite half. So if I angle the meter to 45 degrees to the bonfire, I will get something 0.7 of the energy that I got beforehand covering that whole meter. So that's exactly what the Earth does.
Okay.
It's really simple.
Show me the temperature with a thermometer.
Hey, Jeremy, hold on.
I've been waiting for a long time.
Look at the sun.
Hold on.
Sunscreen. The burn
Hold on, Brian. B-ball DJing, bro.
I got a very specific
there's
question.
There's something they call a burn index, right? Look at the burn index and see how long it takes for you to burn in the summer and in the winter. We're burnt by 10:30 in the morning, or in the winter time, it's all day in the sun.
B-ball
What the globe Earth's model
B-ball
tells us.
Brian,
your own
do
people
you have a the app on your phone?
Oh, Ditropta?
Ditropta? Yeah.
Isn't that the thing where when people are addicted to heroin?
I want you to go outside. If you're able to go outside right now, and I want you to find the angle to the sun from the horizon.
Right now, the angle to the sun is about 30 degrees.
Are you sure about that?
Let me back up away from these. Well, let me see. So 45 would be half of the right angle. Let me see. Now, yeah, it's probably closer to about 35 degrees, probably.
Yeah, it looks about right.
Let me get even further, man. Hold on, man.
What's the point, B-ball? B-ball, what's the point of this? You're eating up a lot of time.
I just want to figure something out real quick.
Well, what is it to you right now, B-ball?
It's about 85 degrees.
Right. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Okay, what's the point? Let's go.
To me, the sun is pointing. The sun to me right now is pointing toward Washington D.C.
Well, you gotta give me like an exact. You need to give me like an exact. You can't just eyeball it, man. Is there any way you can give me an exact number?
Let me put you on speakerphone. Let me put you on camera. Look.
What's the point of this?
Hold on.
It won't let me go on camera.
Why don't you just tell us the point so I can debunk it right now?
I promise you the sun is between 25 and 35 degrees, people.
You're going to say the same thing no matter what he says.
And I promise you, looking dead east, the sun is off to my right. So in a best case scenario, it's pointing toward like Northern California. Maybe the middle of California.
He can't do it with an estimate, bro. He already said he can't do it with an estimate. He needs an exact number. What is the point of this, though? Tell me the point, B-ball. What's the point?
Exact number.
For what? What are you going to do with it?
I'll download the app if you want, but the sun ain't. The sun.
So he can
what are you
say
going to do with
sphere.
it? What are you going to do with the number?
I want to know the angle to the sun at his location at this time.
Then what?
Hold on,
now.
I'll
Then
download
what?
the app real quick, man.
And I
I'll
want to see if
download
it's.
the
I
app.
want
Hold
to
on.
see if. I want to see if it matches a flat Earth.
Well, if it was a reflection, it wouldn't match anything, now would it?
Well, we know it's not a reflection though.
What?
You don't know that. How do you know that?
Hey, we got a. Hey,
Hold on,
Flat Earth
Leaky.
has a model.
Reflections
We got a
don't give
model
off heat.
that shows wherever the sun is, and wherever the sun is overhead, that's what time it is on a
You just
clock.
said reflections don't give off heat?
Correct.
What are you, nuts?
Nope.
What's it reflecting off of? Where's the source of the reflection?
We already know the sun angles don't match what you think the flat Earth should look like, B-ball. We already know that.
Okay.
Yeah, because the flat Earth, it proves the flat Earth model is wrong.
No, it doesn't. It proves the bullshit model you guys made up is wrong.
No, it proves that your model is
No,
incorrect because the sun
it
angles
doesn't.
can be measured.
You debunked
No,
the model
you don't know
made
what
up.
the sky is or how the sky works.
Yes, we do. We know what the sky is, and we
No,
know how the
you
sky
don't.
works. Yes,
No,
we
you
do.
effing don't.
Yes, we fucking do.
Effing don't, sir.
Effing do. Just because
Shut
you
up,
don't doesn't
Shield.
mean that nobody does.
You don't know.
Yes, we do.
You don't know
You
either,
certainly
so
don't
shut
know.
up.
I know.
No, you don't.
No.
If anybody
Your
knows,
credulity
it's
is
not
noted.
you.
Duck season. Duck season.
Weather season.
Your incredulity is noted.
Your assumptions are noted.
I'm not assuming anything. These are all
Your
observations.
arrogant assumptions and baseless assertions are duly noted, sir.
These are not arrogant assertions. They're
Jeremy.
baseless.
This is a science denier, Jeremy. All the evidence supports us.
Which? Oh,
All
you
the
got some
people-
science?
All the people who
Hold on.
specialize in understanding this say what we say is correct, and you, from your position of ignorance, are claiming something different. You should really be thinking.
You got
there's a problem there.
Okay, hold on. You have science.
That's what y'all don't do.
Hold on. You guys have some kind of science on the way the sky works?
We're
I'd
not
like
doing
to see that.
science anymore.
Yeah, Thomas
we just go
Dolby
with
sung a song about it.
We're just going to how hot
in
Brian
Florida-
feels on the.
We're getting rid
So-
of Bran metrics.
Hold on, real quick. So in
I'll
Florida,
rip you on some science shit, bro.
the angle of the sun should be about 16 degrees above the horizon. Right now.
Bro, this is all
So-
pointless.
So for the
B-ball, you
sun
don't
to
know
be
how the
right
sky
now-
works.
You don't know how the sky works,
Now let
Jeremy.
him
We've
go,
observed the
because I
sky
want to hear him
working
say
for a
it
long
for
time.
I promise.
Before you even go through all this,
I promise.
even go through all this, you got to prove that the sky is working the way you say it is. Then this will all make sense. If not, this is all fruitless
So-
endeavor because you can't prove how the sky works.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeremy.
You're trying to jump.
It's an unknown mystery.
Let me get this out real quick. So for the sun to be roughly 3,000 miles above the Earth, it needs to be about 32 degrees.
How do you know it's 3,000 miles?
Wrong.
Where did you get that number from?
It's about 32 degrees, man.
I've never said 3,000 miles. Who
He
gave
said
me
it.
the number?
He said it. Brian said it.
I've heard several flat earthers.
Brian
say
doesn't know that. I'll debate Brian
So
on
what?
the 3,000 mile thing right now.
Give us the number then, Jeremy.
Somebody
What's
said
your
something. What's that
number?
prove?
Jeremy, what's your number?
I don't have a number. I wouldn't never make
Oh,
assumptions
that's
on how the
no
sky.
model right
Don't
now.
interrupt
No
me.
data at
I
all.
was in the middle of responding. No, I would never be stupid enough to make assumptions on how the sky works is something we can't validate or verify.
So
Why
you
can't
need
we
to start
validate
telling
Unlike you crackerjack clowns that do that shit all day.
Except we just spent the last hour arguing about your assumption, didn't we?
tell your
my-
flatties
my-
to stop
my-
making
my
up assumptions.
What was my assumption we spent the last hour on?
About the weather following the sun.
Well, it does. The temperature follows the sun.
No, let's not do it again. The
Temperature's
temperature.
not weather. Fuck you.
Yeah, we're pretending that
Brian,
when you said
How do you
weather,
guys
you
act like
meant
temperature's
temperature.
not
Check this
weather?
out. Brian, I
Go to North Dakota in the
guarantee
middle of winter.
if you get
Jem,
your
you're a
dice
meteorology
rolled out
denier.
right now, the altitude of the sun will be
Hey,
16
spell
degrees
it.
above the horizon.
Spell it.
It's 6:30. Where were you at in Florida? You ain't gotta dox yourself,
Dude,
but
it's
north or south.
It's going down. I swear to God on my fucking life, it's half of at least the better half of 45 degrees. I'll give you 28, but that's being kind of fucking nice. It's probably
All
about
right,
30, 35 degrees.
Take a screenshot.
Okay, you ready?
Take a screenshot.
Hold on, you ready? There are 6 main components or parts of weather. They are temperature. That's the first one. Wow, that was impressive. That's from National Geographic. I mean,
Oh,
do you
just
need more
stop
than
there.
that?
You don't need to do any more. Just go with that. then.
No, so we're gonna go with the
Oh,
temperature.
we're doing all of them.
is.
Good. That'll be interesting. Let's do
5
them
more,
all.
are there? Oh, golly.
I mean, we don't need to do anything.
Jem and Rumpus are meteorology deniers.
He's literally doing what I was saying to take the piss.
There's obviously 5 other.
He's literally trying to pull it off.
There's 5 other components to it. However,
well, let's hear the
obviously-
5, shall we? Let's hear them. Just
I want to hear
the
people's
order.
bullshit.
Because we're truth seekers here, right? We want to know the full story, don't we? Because we're truth seekers.
Temperature, atmospheric pressure, wind, humidity, and precipitation, and cloudiness. So temperature is a main factor of weather.
Imagine that.
Say that. It doesn't say these are
It's
listed
1
in
out
order
of 6.
Does it say they're listed in order of
It's
importance?
1/6 of the weather. Temperature is 1/6 of the weather.
Right. So it's not the most important then, is it? It's equally
is
important to all the other factors.
Well, what's
But
the
it is-
gravity?
No, that's not part. That doesn't change.
I invite you to get off your ass and go to North Dakota next winter and tell me that the sun makes it warm, okay?
Or the sphere?
And it's nice and fucking sunny.
Say the sun's 3 million miles further away in the summer. That's bullshit. Y'all
Yeah, guess what? You can
ran into a moose in North Dakota.
North
the sphere?
Dakota. Travel a couple thousand miles to North Dakota and tell me that makes a fucking difference how far away the fucking sun is.
We're sitting here arguing with people who defend shit they see with their eyes. We're arguing with fanboys.
We haven't seen your rise in temperature with our eyes. Have we?
Signs with their eyes closed. Yeah.
Drop a screw and say that.
So are we talking? Is he denying global warming now? Living in Florida.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Florida
Yeah, we grew
man
up with
feels
those-
hot at 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Type in Florida, man.
Global weather debunked. All of meteorology debunked because a Florida man felt hot at
Florida
8:30.
man.
You're the one denying
Right.
meteorology.
That's not bad, Jim. It's just what I'm saying. That the sun is not 3 million miles.
Brian, we can't hear anything you're saying. Brian, we can't hear anything you're saying,
It
bro.
seems
You're all
appropriate that
muffled and
Brian's a Florida
distorted.
man because he really is.
You're all muffled and distorted, Brian.
Oh shit! I just killed it again, so I can try to restart it.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Or the sphere.
Jeremy,
How come
Jeremy's
the wind's so
getting
much
cold.
most east?
Jeremy's
I see
getting
the sun,
cold
or
on
the
the
sphere.
hill.
They won't let
fuck
you
out
get
of
it
here.
out, Jim. They won't let you get
Yeah,
it
it's
out.
never going to happen, is it? I said Jeremy's getting cold on the hill he's picked to die on. The blood dripping out of him, and he's getting
You're
cold.
dying.
Do you
on
think
this
you
hill.
won the argument about the weather
Weather.
following the sun, Jem? Do you think you won?
Yeah, he thinks he won.
Yeah, because you're having to pretend that when you said weather, you actually meant temperature.
Temperature
Yes, I
is
think
the
I won.
crucial part of weather.
Absolutely, I think I won. Because you're having to lie to get out of it.
I was just
Yeah,
quoting the
right.
NOAA. That's all.
No, you weren't.
I was
He's
actually.
got the NOA quote. He's got the
Coastal
NOA quote.
muscular
He got the-
rays show that
You're
the sun is about
misunderstanding of
20
it.
feet away.
Who the fuck is this weirdo? Dude, shut up. Temperature is a crucial part of the weather, Jem. I just read it off to you. That's from
No one
National
disputes
Geographic.
that. No one
God,
disputes
God.
that, Jeremy.
Right.
Jem's saying
Jeremy.
temperature's not weather. He's been telling me for an hour temperature
No,
is
Yeah,
it's
weather.
not.
because
It's
it's
not
not.
weather. Temperature is part of weather. Don't you get the
Okay.
fucking
Right.
difference?
The two words are not interchangeable, and you are
Now
trying
we
to
agree
pretend that they are.
temperature- All right, now I'm glad we agree that temperature
You are
is a part of the weather.
conflating the two, and you know you are.
Now I'm
Jeremy,
glad we agree that
hello.
temperature
Agree
is a part
with
of the weather.
Also,
Now,
Jeremy,
the
in your
sun-
location, in your
Also,
location,
you
Agree
agree
that
and-
temperature is part of the weather. Yes,
If you-
we all
if-
agree the temperature is part of the weather.
Okay,
I
so
also agree with Brandon
sun-
that if
as
you want
a-
to talk on a macro scale, the sun is the most important part of the weather cycle, okay? Has nothing to do with, has very little to do with your temperature where you are in one part on the globe.
on the day to day, really. So if the sun didn't come up one day, you don't think you'd have a fucking big weather problem
I
there,
say,
temperature
get
problem?
your ass to North Dakota on a nice sunny day when it's 40 below zero and tell me all about it, okay?
Okay, you're definitely gonna feel it if the sun doesn't come up one day. That's all I'm saying.
He can't. He's dying on a hill in New York.
Brian, I'm waiting on that screenshot.
You guys
Shut up, B-Ball,
you
your
guys in here
stupid
get your ass to
bullshit.
Siberia. It's the same thing.
Yeah, you're
Well,
definitely.
Chad, where are you located? I'll tell you where your sun is at too.
The sun is right here. I can see it. I don't need you to tell me where it is.
I can tell you exactly what degree it is above the horizon.
All right, I'm in
Yeah, that's
Virginia.
nice, but the sun's actually further away during the winter, than during the
Who
summer.
did I?
Brian,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Who was the
you think
guy?
it's fun?
Hold on,
Can I
Rumpus.
just
Who-
ask, can I just ask Brian? Okay. Can I ask one
Shut-
question quickly?
Hold on. Who was the guy I told to shut the fuck up earlier? I apologize. Unless you're a Glober, then I don't.
No, we don't. I'd like to ask Brian a question. Brian, do you think that the sun is closer to you in Florida than it is to, say, in Montana, where it's a lot colder? Brian, do you think that's why it's colder in Montana than it is in Florida? Because you've got a nearer sun than they have? Oh, he's gone. Normally Brian's shouting like crazy, and the one time I want to get him to answer, he's gone quiet on me. But I'll answer for him.
He's probably trying to get that screen
for him. I'm going to presume he's going to say yes, because the sun is local, therefore it's closer to Florida, that's why it's warmer in Florida. Well, if that were the case, then looking at the sun from Montana would be a different size than it would be from Florida, but it isn't. It's exactly the same size.
I just posted a screenshot.
It's exactly the same distance away, therefore you would be wrong in claiming that the sun is
I just posted a screenshot, but it ain't doing it no justice, but I captured straight ahead, and it's like 25 degrees of vision straight ahead. You see the sun right above my field of view.
That's not ditropta, and that doesn't tell me the angle, man.
Spell ditropta, dude. I couldn't find
you wanted a screenshot, and it gave you one. Now you're complaining.
Of ditropta, it shows the angle.
With an angle in it.
If I could put my screen share on right now, I'm telling you, the sun is about 35 degrees right now, man. I don't care what the fucking app says, dude. I can hold my hand at a 45-degree angle, and it's almost that, dude.
It's now 45 degrees, man.
No, I said 35. I said I can hold my hand at 45, and it's just a little bit underneath it, bro. I promise.
Can I add something to the conversation, guys? Can I add something here?
Sure.
Yeah, Brian, here in northern Minnesota, when the temperatures drop to minus 30 to minus 40 Fahrenheit, that only occurs when there's no clouds in the sky.
Bro, that's the same thing as my sun in the wintertime, bro.
The coldest days that we have in the wintertime are days when the skies are clear.
Hey, ain't it funny how if you look at where you're at on the map and space it out, and then follow the sun during the seasons, and as cold as it gets from me to you is about as much colder I get as the sun tracks south, dude. Ain't that funny how it works perfect on a flat Earth? Is it just coincidence, man? What is it? Is it me?
No,
is it my feelings, Jim?
It's you,
Brian.
It's you, Brian, because you think you can assess global weather based on how hot.
No, you think that in my stomach the sun is 3 million miles further, and it's not.
Brian, do you think the sun is closer to Florida than it is?
Well, which is less ludicrous? The sun changes in distance by 3 million miles, or that a man in Florida can predict global weather and quantify it based on how hot.
I can't predict global weather, but what
you tell me which one of these things. Which one of these things is most
3 million
stupid?
miles further in the summer.
Brian, do you think
that's how you sound, dude? That's how you sound, bro.
Do you think you are closer to the sun in Florida than they are in Montana?
Yes, obviously, right?
Okay, obviously. In which case, the sun would be smaller for the person in Montana than it would be for you, but it's not. It's exactly the same size. So that theory you just
really? Really? Is that right? Okay, so the ISS, your ISS, why doesn't your ISS follow them rules, Rumpus? Why doesn't your ISS change an angular size?
Let's deal with the sun. Let's deal with the sun first. The sun is not smaller in Montana than it is for you, and yet you've claimed
the sun is a focal point, man. The sun is a focal point. You're trying to measure angular size to.
Hold on, Brian. Please.
You're trying to measure angular size to a focal point. Everybody's going to get the same size.
And you accept that things get smaller the further they are.
Light don't work like that, Rumpus.
Brian, please let me finish. So you're making the claim the sun is closer to you in Florida than it is in Montana. Yet we see the sun being the same size. Therefore, what you're saying cannot be true.
I see the sun as a big glob of glare. Okay, and so do you, and so will everybody else.
It's not
globular glare. I like that.
I'm going to go by your model. I'll go by your model and say that nothing above 10 miles.
The same size.
Nothing above 10 miles follows them rules.
Montana. Our model says that the sun size from Montana should be the same as it is in Florida. Your model
says
you just said it would be closer in Florida, which means it'd have to be smaller, and it isn't.
Who cares? Okay, you say that. Wait. You say that. Wait, Rumpus. You say that, but you also tell me that a fucking international space station that's the size of a football field, I should see 2,000 miles away. Stupid fuck.
Okay, we'll go into that. I'm happy to go into
No,
that.
no, no. Let's talk about angular size. It's not the size of a football field. No, you're talking angular size.
I'm happy to deal with that subject, but I would like
no,
to finish.
No. The whole point is angular size.
I will go into that subject, Brian. I'll be more than happy to discuss that with you. But first,
well, don't say that the sun should change angular size.
Do you accept there is a problem, though? Do you accept with the problem the fact that things get smaller with distance, and you're claiming that the sun is more distant from Montana and looks
do
the same
reflections
size?
get smaller, Rumpus?
Therefore, you've got a problem.
Do reflections get smaller?
Sometimes things get smaller unless they're getting magnified. Then they would get bigger or appear to stay the same.
Can you please answer the question, Brian? You've got a problem here, haven't you?
No, he doesn't have a problem. Sometimes
no, you got a problem. No, they got a problem. Because you're saying that we can see something the size of wait, you're saying you're talking about angular size. You brought this up. Now you swallow it. You're saying we can see something 100 yards wide, 2,000 miles away. Is that right?
Right. So you accept the geometry. Then. Do you accept that the geometry says that with things being further away, they should have a smaller angular size? You accept that, presumably?
No, not focal points.
Oh my God.
No, it doesn't. Focal points don't work like that.
I don't know what to say now. You're basically denying that things get smaller with distance. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Wait a minute. Why does the ISS not get smaller?
You just denied that things get smaller.
No, fuck that. No, you're stuck. No, you're not giving up. You're stuck, bud.
Once again, this whole thing resolves.
Hold on, y'all. He's stuck. Hold on. No. Am I really? Okay, so I can see something. 100 yards away around the globe.
Once again, this is all revolving on you knowing how the sky
No, he's running away, y'all. Don't let him run away. Don't let him run away.
Guys. Too many people talking at once. Calm down.
He's running away, man. Hold on.
Hold on. Calm down, please, everybody. Just
don't let him run away, man.
Let him run away.
He's talking about angular size of the sun.
Oh, boy.
Rumpus is running away. He brought up angular size. Now he wants to run away.
Show you when you're wrong.
I want to hear his physics.
About the same nonsense.
Dude, shut up, Bebo. I want to hear his physics. He brought up angular size. I want to hear his physics on how something 100 yards wide is the same size 2,000 miles away.
Rumpus, can you answer his question about the ISS? Why it doesn't change angular size?
It does change in angular size.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Do I got to show you?
Yeah. So we're supposed to see something 100. Yeah, I already made a video about it showing it not changing angular size. Now you're going to tell me something 100 yards wide. We see over 2,000 miles, and you're going to get up the sun and angular size. That's ballsy right there, pal. I want to hear the physics of how we can see something 100. We can see something 2,000 miles away that's 100 yards wide. Tell me the physics behind that.
200 miles.
No such thing.
Well, if it's going 17,500 miles an hour and we can see it for 8 minutes, that's well over 2,000 miles.
That's bullshit too.
Well, I mean, yeah, they say the whole sun angular size thing revolves around things getting smaller with distance unless it's getting magnified, then it could look bigger with distance if it's getting magnified. They just had this is another basic assertion of them thinking they know how the sky works.
Jeremy, I cannot believe you're making up that.
No, their answer to that, Jeremy, their answer to the ISS question is that it's a reflection. So focal points and reflections and light don't work the same as regular objects.
What are you talking about? That's utter gibberish.
Okay, what's your response? Why can we see something
that the sun
why can we see something too far in, Rumpus?
Yet is not a different size, is just denying basic geometry, and you're not worth talking to.
I'm not 2,000 miles from Montana, am I, Rumpus? I'm only about 1,000 miles.
That the sun was further away from Montana, yet you said you accept that it's the same size.
I'm only 1,000 miles from Montana. What about the little ISS that's 2,000 miles away, Rumpus?
Brian, I just posted in the chat the video of the ISS changing in angular size.
Go on my channel, and I have videos of the ISS not changing angular. It's only 100 yards wide. So wait, besides all that, what is the physics, Rumpus, that it barely changes angular size, if at all? How can we see it that far away? It's only, there's physics behind it. I want to hear Rumpus say it, though. We want to hear Rumpus say it.
With your bare eyes, it's just a point source, like a star is a point source. Even though it goes down to effectively just a point of light, you can still see it because it's bright. Same occurs with the ISS. You can only give an angular size when you start using a powerful telescope. And this is what's happening with the video that Earth is Life is showing. And it shows the change in angular size that you claim doesn't happen.
So I got a video showing it just above the horizon, coming all the way to overhead and not changing angular size. Unless you want to call a pinprick to a pinprick change.
Is it
It's a pinprick on the horizon. It's a pinprick overhead, buddy.
Right, that's a point source in both cases. So I didn't realise this was how stupid you're being.
Exactly.
You're saying there's point size distance and there's a point size above me.
Could it be that
they change in
Rumpus, you ever thought maybe that was magnified?
You're getting worse, Brian. You're getting worse. I didn't think you could get worse, but you
Dude,
are.
I'm arguing with a retard.
Trying to restart it one more time to see if this helps at all.
Point source, it doesn't change angular size.
Leave it
we
to
know
you,
the point
dude, to think
sources don't change angular size, and we've got a video here of it changing in angular size, which is the evidence, not yours.
It's a spot on the horizon. It's a spot over my head, fool.
Right, so it's not changing angular size then, because it's a point source.
Exactly, it's not.
Stars are the same size, at different sizes, at different distances. They're still point sources. You lose the ability to determine their angular size. You can only measure their brightness. That's why a point source is called a point source.
You ever thought maybe the horizon might be magnified at Rumpus?
But when we lose a telescope on it, Brian, we can see the change in angular size as shown in the video that Earth is Life is showing as posted in the chat.
Jesus Christ, Rumpus, if it was a mile big, dude, it'd blind us then, right?
What are you talking about?
It's 100 yards. We can see it 2,000 miles away, bud.
You don't understand
if it was miles,
you're ignoring
100 yards
of the video.
It'd blind us, wouldn't it? Well, it'd be the size of the moon, wouldn't it? We could see Tycho Crater with our bare eyes, right? 60 miles wide.
Brian, in the video, is it or is it not changing in angular size? The one I just posted.
Dude, listen, and with your eyeballs,
let
me say this one more time. I don't care what optics you show. With your eyes, it's a speck of light on the horizon. It's a speck of light overhead.
You don't understand what a point source is, Brian. You do not understand how point sources work. If you have one point, if one thing starts with a point source and then it's another point source, then you've no idea what the angular size is. In fact, we measure stars when you go to look at astronomical database. They don't give the angular size for most stars.
Rumpus, we see it forever then, right? Rumpus, we'd see it no matter where it went then, right?
We'd see what, the ISS?
Yeah, no matter how far it went. It could go a light year, we'd still see it. It's a point source, right?
If it was bright enough, it has to be bright enough. It has to be bright enough to be seen. That's the key thing. The thing has to be emitting light.
Bright as the
If
sun.
something's emitting a light bright, it doesn't matter. Once it becomes a point source, it could then go further away. You'd still be able to provide.
Do me the math. Do the math.
Hold on, let me make sure I understand something. Can I make sure I understand something? Are you saying that because the ISS is a point light source, is no matter how far away it got, it wouldn't change in angular size? Is that what you're saying?
Once something is a point source, it's a point source, and the only thing you can then see whether or not there's any light coming from it. Now, to the eye, the ISS is a point source, but if you get a strong, powerful telescope out, the long focal length, then you get the video that Earth is Life and Jeranism has done, where you can then see that the ISS is not a point source, and you can actually see details on it. And then, when you get to that resolution, you can see the angular size change.
And you said that you treat stars the same way you treat as point sources. Don't you treat the sun as a point source
but
too?
the ISS is not a point source. For our eyes, it's a point source, but for a
Brandon, I'm
telescope,
sending you a
it's not.
DM. Brandon, I'm sending you a DM right now.
So, but there is a trick. I must admit, this is slightly complicated. This idea of point sources. That what happens when it gets to being a point source, it ceases to have any angular size, and then the only thing you can see is whether it's bright or not. And that's just the number of photons that are hitting you. So even if something gets infinitely far away, providing a photon hits your eye from it, you will be able to see it. But obviously that requires it to be bright. And the ISS is not bright, it's just reflecting light. So the number of photons coming off it, as it would get, if it went to a light year away, there would not be enough photons coming off for one of them to have reached you, because the area your eye occupies because it radiates in a full spherical shape, there would not be enough photons filling, density of photons filling that would not be sufficient for your eye to pick it up. But it would be 1 light year away. You would be able to see it, but it would only be a point source.
And it wouldn't change. Hold on. And it wouldn't change angular size if it were that 1 light year away. Is that what you're saying?
You're breaking up, Brandon.
I
can't hear you. You're breaking up completely.
I should be back in 1 second.
Better.
Is that better? I tried to open what Jeremy sent me.
He's gonna mock everything that he learns on
Hold
Google.
on, Brian. So, Rumpus, are you saying that if it was 1 light year and there was enough photons coming back from the ISS that it wouldn't change angular size to our eyes?
Once it gets to being a point source, once it becomes a point source, then it has effectively no angular size. The only thing it has is brightness, and that's the way we record most stars. We cannot determine what their angular size is. All we can do is saying it's a point source, it's this brightness. So when you look up an astronomical catalogue, you will see all these stars. They're not given. I was shocked to find this, I must admit, about 10 years ago, that stars do not have a registered angular size because they're just point sources. And once they become point sources,
you once had common sense.
Hold on. So,
and then I learned something.
So it isn't a hard and fast rule that when things go further away from you, their angular size decreases. It's not a 100%
zero.
rule.
Once they become 0 in angular size, then that's the end of it. They can't get any smaller. So that's what a point source is.
If something's 0 in angular size, you can't see it.
You can.
Why
doesn't you can still get light
You can
from
see
it.
something that has an angular size of 0?
Can I have a second, please? Why doesn't
Wait, in my model, the sun's 93 million miles away, and the focal
think your
point
mic's
is
a little low, David.
3,500 miles away.
Second, please. Why don't the stars that are in the same direction as the sun also magnify?
Because you don't
So
know how
when
the
the sun
sky works.
goes away, according to flat earthers, when the sun goes away,
Hey, dude.
We can't see the
Phil,
stars
because
at
you don't know
daytime,
how the
Phil.
sky works, Phil.
We don't see the stars and the sun at the same time, do
I'm
we?
talking about when the sun goes away, so you can't see the sun anymore, according to flat earthers. Why is it that you can see stars
They do
in
get.
the same direction that the sun supposedly went?
How do you think we could see them when they get further away, bozo? Because they get bigger.
Well, then we can't see the stars that are as far away as the sun went. Once they get past to that distance, we can't see either one anymore.
Professor Phil's point is a good one. He's saying that if Jeremy's claim is correct, that the fact that the sun doesn't look smaller from Montana, even though it's farther away, is due to some random lens in the sky, then the same thing would be true of the stars. And so we would see a difference in the size of the stars down in Florida than we did in Montana.
You just got done telling us why there is no angular size assigned to stars, and now you're going to say that is a good point. I don't understand.
Hey, hold on. Sorry for calling you bozo, Phil. Rumpus got me
Start
heated.
the sentence, Brandon. Sorry,
yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Real technical issues tonight. But you just got done telling us that they don't assign angular sizes to stars, but now you're going to go along with what he's saying about...
Not to most stars, no. But to some... Imagine there's a star... We're only getting half every other word. I'll just follow Schumer. I think I know what your point was, Brandon. Were you only getting every half word... right, so your basic point is, I just said that they do have an angular size. Phil's argument, which is a good one, why they would look the same size from Florida and from Montana if they've got this magnifier of the sky that Jeremy's randomly made up off the top of his head because he's just realised I've exposed the idiocy of the flat Earth model and exposed it. He's just
what if you're wrong?
And then Professor Phil's
what if you're wrong, Rumpus?
Made up thing. But didn't you just said I'm wrong? Okay, that'll do.
No, what if you're wrong, Rumpus? What if your model's wrong, Rumpus?
Brian, I've just pointed out the horrible flaw that you've got with your model. The fact that you must have the sun getting smaller from your Montana, and you're denying this because it doesn't agree with the evidence, and you haven't answered.
Guys, I'm going to try not to even talk anymore because that seems to screw it up too. So I'll just let you guys listen to Discord, and then at some point the show will end. Sorry.
I'll give you that, but that doesn't make it real. What if you're wrong,
Brian,
Rumpus?
you still have not answered my point about why the sun is
what if your math is wrong and the stars are not trillions miles away?
Point, Brian. Why are you dodging that? Because you realise how devastating it is for your argument.
No, it doesn't devastate shit, dude. The atmosphere slowly projects shit.
Have you, Brian? You haven't answered the point that is
if you'll shut up, I'll try.
Go on then.
He don't want to hear it, guys. He's scared.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, it's been demonstrated over and over and over that the atmosphere magnifies shit. Okay, now with distance, okay, as they get further away, they get smaller and they get magnified. That's why they twinkle and shit, dude.
Magnify give me a demo.
Even Andrew Thomas Young says
Can you show me an example of the atmosphere magnifying something?
Andrew Thomas Young.
It's already been demonstrated
over Montana and not Florida. So please do those two things for me.
I told you, man, it's a focal point.
Hold on.
Focal point. Rumpus, dude, hey, wait. Dude, what do you, just single, what do you call it again? The stars, single points. Okay, so it's a focal point, a point source?
Focal point's got nothing to do with point source.
It's a point source, though, ain't it? The sun is a focal
you don't know
point.
what a focal point is. A focal
It's
point
a focal point.
No, it's not. You don't know what a focal point is. Go and look it up on Wikipedia. It's what a lens does when it focuses parallel rays.
You think you know everything, bro, and you're wrong.
With point sources. You know nothing about optics, and you still haven't answered the point except for the claim that the atmosphere is magnifying, which you know damn well you have no evidence for whatsoever.
Even Andrew Thomas.
Sunlight polarized. Sunlight polarized.
No, it's not.
Even Andrew Thomas Young even Andrew Thomas Young says that. George, do you have me fucking muted still?
Are not the same animals.
Yo,
George,
you gotta take me off of mute, bro. I'm not kidding, man. This is obnoxious.
George, Jan is moaning at you again.
Even Andrew Thomas Young says that the atmosphere is magnifying shit. So I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He absolutely
does not say that.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He says you can get stretching and compression, which is not magnification, and that happens in the vertical plane, not in the horizontal. So he does not say what you just said.
He clearly uses the word.
You want to hear my proof that the sun is close? Because look at clouds, okay? The sun is only going to light up clouds right around it. Even on the horizon, buddy, it's not 93 million miles away. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. It only lights up local clouds, and so does the moon. So deal with it.
What the hell? I've no idea why you think you just made a point.
You know what I said.
You have to not understand it.
Look at the sunset, and the only thing lit up are the clouds right in the vicinity.
Well, you're so distorted.
Okay?
I have no idea what your point you're trying to make. It just sounds like gibberish to me.
You heard.
Of course it does. You have to say it sounds like
gibberish. Only lights up the clouds right around it. Okay, deal with it, buddy.
I still don't quite. You're saying that because it illuminates clouds, therefore it's close. Is that
No, I said the sun on the horizon lights up the clouds right around it. It's not 93 million miles away. Deal with it. That's what I said.
Well, that's not proof that the thing is close at all.
Oh, yes, it is. Because if the sun was 838 million miles wide and 93 million miles away, all the clouds would be lit up, wouldn't they?
No, because
are you going to tell me the sun is a point source now, genius?
The angular size of the sun is 0.5 degrees. So, but that's sufficiently close to a point source for the discussion. That's illuminating the clouds. Yes. So what? Yes. So that's why do you think you're making a point? I mean, you still have not answered my point, except to say the atmosphere magnifies, which we know is not the case. You cannot give me a single example of that happening.
Those clouds will be lit up too.
That's why I said it's a focal point for each individual.
You don't know what a focal point is.
So, Brian, I'm still waiting on that screenshot.
I know that the sun is a focal point, and I know that it's going to show up different for every single person.
I'm still waiting on that screenshot,
it's not 93 million miles away. You can argue it's 93 million miles away because it shows up different for everybody. But then why would a sun 93 million miles away not light up equally the whole horizon? Huh?
It does.
You need
it comes from an angle. Because it comes from what's close to being a point source. It's only 0.5 degrees in size, and therefore it's illuminating from an angle. That's why we have shadows that have great straight lines around them. If it was coming from all directions, which is I think what you're implying, then you
I'm implying this. You're going to use the whole sun for an umbra. So why is
okay? Yesterday there was a super chat from Elabaka that I missed, and I saw it when I listened back to the stream. It is a horizontal since it's defined as perpendicular to plumb. This was when we were discussing with that little diagram I drew with Bev. Since plumb is always to the center, the horizontal changes. where's the problem? So yeah, he's trying to clarify how it works on the globe model. Thank you. Sorry, I missed it yesterday.
Saying that the atmosphere is magnifying thing is contradicted by the evidence. You cannot give me any evidence that the atmosphere
Andrew Thomas
anything.
Subject matter expert
Where?
clearly
Citation,
states
please. Where?
Andrew
Where? Give me
Thomas
the link.
clearly states that the atmosphere is magnifying things.
Give me a link, please, for that.
Andrew Thomas Young clearly says that flat earthers are idiots.
Yes, he says that certainly.
Rumpus.
Didn't
I
Bob
think
have an interview with him? Didn't Bob the Science Guy have an
All
interview
you
with him?
have to do is observe the moon on the horizon. It's gonna be magnified sometimes, and then you
No, it's not.
keep
It's
watching
never
and
magnified.
watching. It's gonna go up. It's gonna
Never
go up,
magnified.
and it's gonna reduce in size.
Never
It's
doesn't never
gonna go
happens.
up, and it's gonna
Never
reduce.
happens.
It's gonna.
Give me
Why
evidence
you're
for
not
that.
letting
Never
me?
happens.
I'm
Well, you
a
made
truck
it
driver.
clear.
I
How about
observe it
evidence?
all the
Evidence.
time, buddy. I'm a truck driver. I drive through the night, and I observe it all the time.
Well, no, that's a psychological thing. It's a well-known psychological thing. That when the moon is close to the horizon, it
No,
appears
you
to be.
idiot.
But if you measure it, try measuring. Do something scientific for once. Take a camera with you and make sure it's at the same focal length, and then do this on several times of the evening when the moon is at different angles up in the sky, and you will find your camera will show you that it's exactly the same size in all those positions.
How about I fucking take a vernier and I
still won't
measure
do
it?
it.
That would do, yeah.
I will.
Anything's got an absolute measurement. You go and do that. Make a video saying, "Look, here's the
That
measurement I
don't matter,
took,"
Rumpus.
and then you'd have an argument. But just saying you feel that it's bigger is not going to cut any ice at all. You need to take a measure. Be scientific about this.
Fucking moron.
Breaking up.
You never. That's a problem.
I know that it doesn't change.
All right, I want to see if this is Discord. Can you guys hear me okay now? Let me see if it's still slow when I try to do stuff. Even when I type, it's like super slow. So I just quit Discord for a minute to see if it's Discord. I can't tell. Shit. It seems to be. Might just be Discord. Oh man. The hell? Probably some software update or something. Alright, I'm restarting Discord. Yeah, this sound is like... should get some kind of award for how bad this stream is. Like a plaque and everything. Like worst sounding YouTube stream ever. This has got to be up there. And wow, now it's taking forever to start. Gotta be an issue with Discord. Oh man. Anyway, thanks for hanging in there, guys. Appreciate that so many people chose to continue listening, given how bad it is. There it goes. Now it's starting out. I don't know, maybe I need to install or uninstall Discord. I'm in DW, Gleam says. What's DW stand for? Discord something? No? I don't know.
I need to put the video out because I got the footage. But me and my son took a picture of the moon right by a tree, right next to a tree on the horizon. Camera shows, okay, but it's showing up. It's showing up huge on the tree, but then at the top of the tree, when it gets overhead, it's smaller. Period.
Brian, you got a wild echo going, bro.
Yeah, it happens.
All right, let me drop.
It happens all the time when I'm driving. Probably tonight I'm gonna wake up if I got the moon on my side. I'll
Funny how every diagram he shows is over a curved surface. Mr. Andrew Thomas Young.
Well, because we know we're on a globe, of course.
Gleam put a
Yeah,
quote
that's
from
funny.
Andrew Thomas Young in general. Maybe one of you guys can read that.
Yeah,
It's
he's got it.
called
I think.
quote mining.
Well, any quote that you give from somebody is quote mining.
That's
yeah?
where it's got from. The astronomical
Taken out
horizon.
of context.
How so?
Listen to the excuses out of context. Quote my anything to try to get out
The
of
sun does not extend in width on the horizon.
Whoever
Horizontally.
said first quote mine. All right, explain to us what is the context of the conversation. Otherwise, you're just talking out of your ass, just deny because you don't know the conversation. Yeah.
Rumpus flotation on horizontal magnification.
I'm waiting for the context.
That's what he's talking about.
Whoever is
Present in the context. That's exactly
Until it gets down to about.
Wow, that was special. Let's see here.
That context. So think about who you're quoting a little more carefully.
Why are you debating with idiots, bro?
Why
Yeah,
do I need to
mean-
consider that? Sorry.
he was just brainwashed like you people are.
Yeah.
Who
We
is-
don't debate
who's
idiots.
brain-
We just talk to idiots.
Shut
who
up,
think the Earth's
Shield.
flat.
What are you doing here every single day? Just go away, man.
You just literally denied that
That's all you
paper
have.
existed.
Oh,
That article existed.
The Earth is
You-
flat.
Well, the ball goes both ways. We think you guys are funny too.
The thing is, we have science and you don't. So
No, you don't. You have shit.
Well, science
Have
doesn't prove
winged in
things,
it.
so what matters?
Hmm?
Science doesn't prove things, so who cares?
oh, it disproves it.
Whatever
Joe.
you
It
have.
can disprove that the Earth is
The
flat.
other day, Jose, Bob the science guy, and
no.
a few other people said we could see curvature out of an airplane again. They done brought
Again,
the
yeah.
curvature from
high
an
enough,
airplane
yeah.
again.
Out of the Concorde for sure. It was 60,000
No, you can't.
feet.
You know the windows were the size of passports.
That's true. That's true. But
Well,
then,
For sure.
They grounded it
You know,
because
the pilots
dumbass
had a little
flat
bit
earthers
bigger
were not
window.
seeing
Brian,
it.
you need to buy a new fucking mic, bro. Holy shit.
Brian, I got like 5 pairs of fake AirPods. I'll send you one of them for nothing, bro. Please. I'll send you like I mean, have you tried real AirPods, fake AirPods, anything?
The science proved the Earth is flat. All right. But it doesn't prove it's a globe, so you end up in the same thing.
All right, guys, it's just getting worse and worse. So I'm gonna call it a night. Hopefully I can fix this after the show and have it good tomorrow. Maybe you guys are right and it's just a software update, so I'll give that a try. But I'm a little worried. We'll see. See if I can get it fixed by tomorrow. Sorry. Apologize again. But see, things happen. They update some software or there's some conflict and it just seems to come out of nowhere sometimes. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate it. And we will see you tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Friday Night Fights. So you thought tonight had little moderation. Tomorrow is going to have next to no moderation whatsoever. So join in if you like dumpster fires. Dumpster fire full of dumpster fires. But thanks for checking in, and we'll see you tomorrow.